What up? What up? It's Bren Chong Cup day, baby! It's actually, this is where people start getting eliminated. So this is epic. It's gonna get, all these players above me, not all of them will still be here. Technically only 4 qualify, and there's 8 really good people on this stage. Ooh, it's gonna be interesting day. I can't remember what the standings was. Hopefully they'll probably show right at the beginning. This was when we streamed this. It was what, 5 days ago, and I remember Lciop was, I think, undefeated, but he was 3-0, so he technically could lose all 4 games today and still potentially get eliminated. So what I'm trying to say is anything can happen. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. But how are you guys all doing today? Happy. What day is it today? Oh, this music's way too loud, but also it kind of slaps, so you know what? The music kind of hits. I like that. The music's pretty. It's getting me hyped for this Group A. Quesadillas, yo, what's up, man? What's up? Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy. It's crazy. It's already Thursday. It's crazy. No sleep, gang. Quesadillas. What time is it for you? The King of the North is here. Skybox, and don't you forget it. The true King of the North, Maximus Primus the First? No, the Third. It was the Third. I'm Maximus Primus the Third. My great-grandfather was Maximus Primus the First, and he was a great man. People are gonna rewatch this and be like, "What is he talking about? Who the heck is Maximus Primus the First? Is that a Decepticon? Holy crap, Barinos! This group is stacked." Yeah, this group is very stacked. Everybody says Group D is the most stacked. I think Group A is by a little bit. I think Group A has just overall just better talent. I think Group B might have a couple of bigger heavy hitters, but this group's talented. I feel bad for everybody in this group because this group is stacked. Dr. Calix, yo, what's up? Good morning. How you doing today? Happy days. I'm at work, so I hope you have another stream later. Legolas, I don't know if I'm gonna have another stream later. I was really tired. The streams are getting to me. I'm getting pretty tuckered out. Also, my YouTube video, don't have one ready yet, so I gotta work on a YouTube video. So we'll see. We'll see. I might just do stream like maybe save it for tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Isn't my name Kevin? I don't know, Kevin. You still haven't told me what your name was. Is it Kevin? Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Oh my gosh, this is just so stressful. Stressful Thursday so far. Citus Champ, what's up? Good morning. Is Cash gonna give commentary? Nope. Imagine that. I'm just gonna be mute. I'm gonna commentate with my expressions. I will go like, and then I'll go like, oh no, I'm talking. Wait, I'm gonna not talk at all. Like, and then it'll be like, oh. We will have live in many languages. That'd be hilarious. I'll do sign language. I don't know sign, but I'll try to learn it. Joshua Eric, yo, what's up? Good morning. Paradox is friends with Igor. To be honest, he played Team Wars for their team. Yeah, Paradox's buddies, Legolas, Lapicati. Who else? I feel like I'm missing someone. Also, S. Reyes and also Illusions Panda. Thank you guys so much for the follows. Welcome to the Cash fam. Also, I really like your name, Illusions Panda. Is it because of their pattern, the black and the white pattern? It is kind of like an illusion. I do agree with that. It is spooky, those critters. That's one thing I've never seen in person. I've never seen a panda in person, and I think I really want to. I would love to be able to. If there's any animal that I could see in person, it would probably be a panda. What about you guys? A panda or a whale? You know what? Actually, maybe a whale. I've never gone whale watching or seen a whale, and whales are pretty cool. It would be a whale of a time to see a whale. I don't want to get off this because they're gonna show the standings. I should be showing this right now. Oh, they're showing it. Wait. Okay, we're back. Oh no, they're showing the group. So we got Jack. We got Lciop. Both players have been crushing it. Benzer as well has been dominating. Paradox not doing well, but you know what? Today could be the day of Paradox. Yakitori's been doing okay. Actually, no. Oyassu's been doing great. Osama has been kind of struggling a little bit. And last but not least, Furkan. And Furkan's been doing all right, surprisingly. He's doing better than I thought. Yo, Eric, Notification Gang. Yo, Noti Gang OP, baby. Noti Gang bringing in 3, 2, 1. Noti Gang OP. Noti Gang, I want Yakitori to win. As long as he comes top 4, technically that's a win. What's up, Maximus Prime the Third? Finally, someone knows. I got some kind of bad news. Yo, Zerosis, why? What happened? What happened? Who you going for? I don't know. All these guys are really good. I like Paradox, but I don't know if he can still make it. I can't remember I can't remember if he's 1-3 or if he's 0-3. I gotta check. Who you favoring today? It's midday here. Ammo Slayer, that's a good question. Who am I favoriting? Well, Lciop's pretty much already has it locked in. He played so well on Saturday. So why would that change? I think if anything, he would just get better. Maybe he gets overconfident and doesn't practice, where other people that are maybe lower than him practice a lot more and they make that leap above Lciop. But I think Lciop, all he needs is to win one, and he's pretty much locked in. Yeah, so there's Lciop. He just needs to win one. Furkan, wow. Furkan played a couple of games off stream, so we didn't see Furkan play. So we got Yakitori, Oyassu. Paradox is 1-2, so that's totally fine. Osama as well, 1-2. Supposedly Osama has been really busy with exams. I've been keeping up with Osama on Twitter, and he's been really, really busy with exams. Hasn't been able to practice as much as he has been, and he's just been overall really stressed. And that's not the environment you want to have around you and all this stuff. You don't want that to be your life when you're doing a tournament like this. Time-wise, I think it's a normal time for him right now. He doesn't have to get up at a ridiculous hour. He's not playing at 2 in the morning or anything like that, or 5 at night. I thought it was Maximus Primus the 69th. No, that's gonna be my kids. That would be mine. I'm excited for it. Yo, Commander G. Excited for what? Excited for what? What was it? What were we talking about? I can't remember. Mobile X. Yo, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, man. Chewbacca cheers to everybody. Everybody here. Good morning. Grab your coffees. Grab your eyeballs, I guess. Grab your eyeballs. And get ready to rumble, because we're gonna have a wild day today. I still gotta get this little guy to move. Right now he's just talking about Appgrade, one of the sponsors of it's right there. Wait, I can't point. There, it's right there. Right there. Yeah, it's one of the sponsors for this tournament, and it's a really good app for all the details and stuff. You can download Appgrade for this tournament, when the tournament dates are, who's playing, who's winning, everything in between. It's a really user friendly app. It's awesome. Gaming Keith, yo, welcome back. Yo, it's awesome to see you guys all here in the morning. Yo, another Chewbacca cheer. Happy Thursday, everybody. Come on, Yakitori. Yakitori is. I think everybody technically can make it. Even the players at the bottom can make it. But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy at all. I totally forgot Paradox was doing as well as he did. For some reason, I thought he was doing worse. S. Reyes, hey Cash, what's up? I've been watching Rich on YouTube, and he promoted the stream, and I watched a couple of minutes of the Bren Chong Cup 1, and I fell in love with your streams. Yo, Reyes, yo, much love. That's awesome. Hey, thank you so much. I hope you're having a good day. How's the life been? This is the first time meeting you, so I guess, what's your S. Reyes? Am I saying your name right first off? Also, what's your favorite vegetable? If you had to eat a vegetable, what would it be, Reyes? And you have to eat one. You can't say, no, I don't like my vegetables. What's your favorite? Mine would be broccoli. I like broccoli. I'm a big broccoli guy. I don't know why. A lot of people hate broccoli too. I think broccoli is an underrated vegetable. And I think we're seeing it move on to the next stage of the Bren Chong Cup. It's going to be the winner. It's going to be the winner of all of it. Also, everybody, welcome to the stream. Ice Ninja. Wait, I'm missing a couple of people. Ice Ninja, Predator Plexus, Monkey DeLuffy. Wait, Monkey DeLuffy, did you get a new account? And also, Stan Linson. That's an amazing name. That's got to be name of the stream so far. It was Illusion Panda before, but I'm sorry, Illusion Panda. Stan Linson is taking the lead. Congratulations, you have now been nominated as the best name of the stream. 3 claps. Boo, bad whale pun. Oh, that was yeah, I forgot about that whale pun. How am I still not caught up on chat? You guys are vibing today. You guys are more lively than I am. Yo, Glad, what's up? How are you doing? How is the Thursday for everybody? Hopefully it's electric. Do predictions, please. I'll probably do predictions. We got the standings again. I kind of want to pause it real quick. Just a real quick pause. So, Oyassu, I didn't realize Oyassu was doing that bad. I thought Oyassu was doing really, really well. For some reason, I thought Oyassu was where Furkan was, and Furkan was where Oyassu was, and they swapped. I remember we were talking about Oyassu potentially being overrated. Yakitori did get a win, so he could potentially still make it. So can Oyassu. Oyassu has a very, very long road ahead of him if he wants to win. Jack, he's been doing okay. Benzer, I remember, was playing really, really well. I can't remember who beat Benzer. Benzer's looking really, really good. It's crazy that nobody's safe. Lciop can lose all 4 games today and be 3-4 and maybe not even qualify. This is going to be a crazy stream. This is going to be a crazy stream today. Every game's going to count. And not only does every game already have counted, every game is so crucial. You only have 7 games to move on to the next stage. But in a group like this, with all this big name, all these quality players, you can't make mistakes. Only 4 of them will make it to the next stage. And I don't know which 4 it will be, but we'll find out. One of these players will get 1 step closer. I think if Lciop wins this, he does lock up his next round. I think we're going to see him in the regional finals if he wins this. Paradox will get 1 step closer. Why does it seem like zoomed? What is this? Why does it seem zoomed? I can't see the elixir at the bottom. I'm boycotting. This is not, no, it's fine. It's fine. I think I'm just a little tired. I'm getting cranky at my old age. I'm getting way too cranky. Broccoli and carrot OP. Broccoli and carrots are both legit. Does weed count? No! Celery? Come on, Commander G. That doesn't even taste like anything. Tomato's best. Isn't tomato a vegetable? A fruit? What's a tomato again? Isn't it a vegetable or a fruit? I can't remember. Zucchinis are underrated. Leo, you know what's up. You're pandering though. You're pandering to the Cash fam. Everybody knows the zucchini is by far the most, I guess, powerful of all the vegetables. Most underrated, best, the legendary, everything in between. So both players are waiting. It's weird to see that Lciop waited. I don't think his deck. He's going with the Royal Giant. Probably going with the Fireball instead of the Earthquake. A lot of people aren't using the Earth. Why is the quality of the game so bad? This is definitely on the side of the feed, not the side of me. I'm blaming the feed. This is not looking good for Paradox. Or this is not looking good for Lciop. We might see Lciop lose his first game. And you know what? I said it before. Paradox, a really good player. I want to see him get through. So I could totally see it happening. Let's see if maybe this is the push. Barb's at the bridge. He already used his Fireball, so he doesn't have Fireball. This is going to be just stonks at the bridge. Look at the Barbs just roast. Weird arrows. Weird arrows coming out from Paradox. Why wouldn't it just be better to go Flying Machine at the back? Set up your next push. That could be crucial because he's back to a Royal Giant, correct? Goes for a Fireball on the Flying Machine. Goes for another Hunter. It's crazy. Lciop might win. Never mind. Another arrows come back. So maybe that's what Paradox was planning. Maybe he was planning to play arrows, cycle back to his arrows, and play another arrows and just take out that entire push. Well, we're back to square one, and there's pretty much no damage on either of these towers. This is going the distance. It's so good watching you stream while doing my dinner. That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. I love, that's an underrated thing. I like cooking. I don't mind cooking as much. I used to hate cooking. I don't mind cooking at all. I kind of enjoy it, especially if you like cook something new and then like after you eat it and you're like, it's good. Oyassu's best. I don't know if Oyassu is good as everybody. I think Oyassu might be a little overhyped, and we're seeing a little bit of the flaws of Oyassu in this. Barbarrel trying to protect the Hunter. I think that's crucial. Look at this Hunter. Just watch what the Hunter does every time. Every single time the Hunter gets played, it gets more value than 4 elixir. It always gives 4 plus elixir, 8, 16. It's crazy. Dude, Furkan is cracked AF. I'm excited to see more of Furkan today. This group, I wasn't expecting that Furkan was going to be at the top of this group stage when I saw the group, but now, you know what? This is why I like this tournament. This is why I like this format, because it gives people the chance to prove themselves in a competitive, on the big stage, money on the line. This is real. This is what Clash Royale is about. Competitive Clash Royale. This is what it's about. And not only is it just pro players competing, no, it's also anybody. Anybody could have qualified. I could have qualified. You could have qualified. NYR could have qualified. Pat Clash could have qualified. 12 Steve could have qualified. Ammo Slayer, you could have qualified too and proved yourself. You could have been Paradox playing against Lciop. Most likely going to lose. I love what Lciop's doing right now. He's just playing he's never overcommitting. He's not trying to go for the win. It doesn't look like he's ever trying to go for the tower. He's just trying to get damage, and Paradox is just going to take the knee. Lciop does this, though. The way Lciop plays is he doesn't go for the win. He just goes for the defense. He prioritizes defense over offense, and we saw it. Did his tower even get touched? Maybe a couple of minor shots, but hey, there's a reason why Lciop is undefeated And we might see Lciop go undefeated in this group, which is insane to see. It's insane. Also, Steven, yo, what's up, man? What's up? Good morning. How are you doing today? Happy Thursday. Who would win in marbles? Lciop, Jack, Osama, Paradox, or Oyassu? I don't know. That's a hard one. I think Jack has a decent marble game, but Osama, his marble game, he's on the up and up. I don't know. That's a hard one. It would be me. Come on. I never lost at marbles in my life. Onion's so versatile as an ingredient. Yeah, but you can't eat it raw. Like broccoli, you can eat raw. You can eat it cooked, and it's totally different. Onion, you can only eat it cooked. You can add it to anything, but like you'd never just eat cooked onions, would you? You'd never just eat a raw onion, would you? And also, onions are kind of like ogres, and I'm not a big fan of ogres. They stink. I'm getting carried away. I gotta focus on Clash Royale. Now I'm talking about Shrek. Why is Paradox playing for Asia when Russia is in Europe? Tilt God? I don't know. It's the same as Mexico's part of Latin America, but Mexico's technically part of the North America, but North America is now only Canada and US. I guess they maybe broke up the regions to make it more competitive. I don't think they should have brought Russia. I don't think they should have brought Russia into the whole Asia side because if you look at the Asia region compared to all the other regions, no offense to anybody in the other regions. Actually, no, there is offense. The other regions are not as good as Asia. I don't even know. You can arguably say that this is the second best group in Asia, and this group is better than every single group in Europe, in North America, and Latin America, hands down. You know what? Maybe not Latin America. Latin America has some heavy hitters, but this is still the best. This is better than all the groups. The Asia region is so stacked, and then adding in players like Paradox and Igor from Russia, it's insane. It just keeps getting better. How does Lciop still play this game? Yeah, where does he find that motivation? Because we've seen so many people come and go, where Lciop just stays. We've seen people like Surgical Goblin, Sergio Ramos. Who's that guy that from the original tournament? His name was like one name. I keep remember. John, Jack, Steve, James, Dave. I can't remember. But there, you always, like, even looking back, like C. McHugh, there's all these people that won these big tournaments in the past, and now they just don't play the game. They moved on to other things like Fortnite. Fortnite. It's all about Clash Royale. I find it pretty stupid that Surgical Goblin retired. Hey, that's just every good thing's got to come to an end. Yo, Rap Ober, top 4 qualify next round. Yes, top 4 qualify, and the way they do it, if they're tied, is I think it goes off differential. Like it goes off your wins and losses. Or actually, wait, what does it do? Does it go off wins and losses, or does it go from? It would. I don't know if it would do. It would have to do your win percentage. It'd have to do your win percentage, wins and losses. I don't think you can just do a tiebreaker between the two. I think Russia is in Asia because of the time zone. Oh, that could be a thing too. That could honestly be a thing too. I didn't even think about that. I want that. I know this sounds. I've brought this up so many times, but I keep looking at that. I want that minion. That minion looks tick. I like it. I like that minion. Baby Dragon, I don't know. I'm not feeling the Baby Dragon. If you had to pick between them, what would it be? Minion or Baby Dragon? I would pick Minion all day. Team Minion OP. Google says 77% of Russia is in Asia and 23% of it is in Europe. I can't argue with Google. That's just a fact. Can't argue with that at all. Kraken Wagon, welcome in. How you doing? What's up? How am I doing? I'm doing good. I'm a little tired. I woke up today. I set my alarm for 6. I'm streaming. I started streaming at 7, but I woke up at 5 because I had a dream where I slept through my alarm, and then Revola Mir was yelling at me for some reason because I slept through my alarm. Somehow, I don't know how, but I woke up at like 8 in my dream, and I got a phone call from Revola Mir, and he was yelling at me in Spanish, saying like, "Where are you?" I don't know why in this dream I could speak Spanish. And then I woke up at 5 in the morning, and I looked at my phone, and it was 5 in the morning, and I was like, I got another hour's sleep. And then I slept for an hour, woke up, made some coffee, had a bagel, waddled down here, and now I'm chilling with you guys. So overall, it's good. A little tired, but I'm good. I was pretty excited for today as well. When I saw the timer and it said 10 minutes, I was like, oh, come on, 10 minutes till this starts? I want it to start now. Speaking of starting now, where is Revolamir? Imagine if Revolamir comes into my screen and starts yelling at me. My dream was real. The dream was real. Oh gosh, that's too funny. I think I'm a little overtired though. I'm a little overtired, but I'm excited for today. This is the one I think the past 4 days of seeing all the groups play was kind of like an appetizer. Do you know when you go to sit down at a restaurant and they give you your... Is this me? Am I doing this? Okay. I'm just gonna go over here. Yeah, like I think the past 4 days have been kind of an appetizer. It's been that Caesar salad that you munch on. And it's great, don't get me wrong. I love Caesar salad. But I love that steak and potatoes just a little bit more. That sustenance, that thing that fills you up when after you leave, you're satisfied. Were you satisfied at the end of the days? At the end of the days of Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D, the first day? No, you weren't satisfied. You want to know the end. It's like reading the first 30 I don't know how many chapters are in a book. It's like reading half the beginning of the book, but not knowing how it ends. Well, today we're reading the end of Harry Potter. We're going to figure out how Voldemort beats Harry. Finally, after all these years, finally takes him out of the picture. We're gonna finally get that main course, that steak and potatoes, that savory food, maybe even a little asparagus. Maybe the chef is nice and he's like, hey, I'm gonna give you a little bit more, just to really just give that palate a ride. Today we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out who wins, who loses, who's gonna get eliminated, and who's moving on to the regional finals. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Drink water. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Come on. You're embarrassing me in front of my friend's water bottle. Open sesame. Oh, there we go. I got it. Delicious. Everybody, if you haven't drank water already today, make sure you drink water. Water's important. Water's important. In Russia, soccer's under Europe. Yeah, I don't know why or how or what the geological reasons are for them being here or being in Asia or being in the European whatever. Aren't they part of the European Union? I don't know. Give me a sec. I just gotta blow my nose. So I don't know what's happening. A little bit of technical difficulties. Let me see if it's okay, so they had to restart it because of the gameplay was poop. Now the gameplay is looking a lot better. Perfect. Oh, this is is this a replay? I can't tell. No, this isn't a replay. Everything looks good. No volume, but so far, at least the quality's a little bit better. That is muy bien. True or false? Boneless wings are just expensive chicken nuggets. True! 100% true! Finally, someone's on my team. I've been saying that for years, and everybody's like, yeah, sure. That's 100% true. Finally, C9 man. Oh my gosh, finally someone agrees with me. I remember the first time I got boneless chicken wings. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I was like, boneless chicken wings. I'm like, oh, that's going to be so convenient. Someone's already taken out the bones for you. It's not the same meat. It's not this. It's just a chicken nugget. That's like saying, I don't know, boneless steak, but then giving you like a hamburger. It's like, no, that's not a steak. That's a burger. Oh, finally. Lciop, thank you so. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Does everybody got their morning coffee? Or morning tea if you drink tea, or just morning water. Warm water with a little bit of lemon. Supposedly that's a thing. I haven't tried it yet, but I want to. Does anyone know why PC cannot let you search up stuff in the documents, but it does let you open up apps and stuff? Why a PC cannot let you search stuff up? What do you mean search stuff up? Just go like Control F. Control F and you can search up words. JFC, you're making me hungry. Who, me? Who, me? Cash, do you have a job besides streaming? Originally, I was a financial... This is a little bit of a lengthy story, so I'll make it quick. So originally, I was a financial administrator at a hospital. I did streaming on the side just for fun. It was just something to pass the time. I didn't like being a financial administrator. I started seeing a little bit of success in the whole streaming thing. I've always kind of loved the whole content creation career, doing YouTube, doing Twitch, everything in between. And then I was like, hey, let's try to pursue it full time. So for the past probably close to a year and a bit, I've been trying to pursue this whole content creation career path. And so far it's good, but I got to keep working at it, keep growing at it. And if I can keep growing at it, keep growing YouTube and Twitch and everything else in between, and keep just growing Cash Fam community, I can keep doing this full time. If not, I'm gonna have to figure some stuff out. But for right now, I don't know, I like it. It was a crazy decision to make. A lot of people said you're insane, Cash, but I think it was the best decision I've ever made. I'm doing this right now, waking up at 6 a.m. A lot of people are going to a job maybe they don't like. At least I was going to a job I don't like. Now I'm going to a job I love. I don't even know if I can say this is a job because this is amazing. I love your jersey. I'm a huge Raptors fan. Hopefully, Reyes, we can get a win today because right now I cannot handle another one-point loss. I just can't. I really can't. Really can't. I love how Lciop keeps using this deck. We saw Lciop. Everybody is playing different wall breaker decks. Wall breaker is one of the most popular cards. Recently, we saw Mega Knight wall breakers absolutely just take over. Group D and Group C. Both groups played a lot of Mega Knight wall breakers. Or there's the Mega Knight cycle deck with the wall breaker cycle deck with the Spear Goblins, with the Bats, just very quick cycle. Lciop's the only one that uses this Magic Archer, but he also uses this Magic Archer in a way that's really good. If he can pick up this Miner, this could potentially be a GG. Oh my gosh, he picks up the Miner. Don't do this to me, Lciop. Don't do this to me. Stop this. Stop this. Paradox has only arrows, so not a smart thing to spell cycle too, because you're going to need those arrows on defense. So he goes Miner on the left side, where the right side tower is already low. Barbs up high, Goblin Cage and Mega Minion on the right side. King Tower activation with the Miner. This is getting very close. All he needs is one more arrow, another Miner. Wall breakers coming in, probably backed up either Barbs or a Cage. Cage comes down. This is not going to be enough. No big spell in the hand unless there could be a Magic Archer snipe with this Torn. This is it! No way! Wow. Well played. Well played. That is why Lciop uses the Magic Archer. It's almost another win condition. He has the Miner, he has the Wall Breakers, and he has the Magic Archer. Magic Archer, paired with the Tornado, being able to line that up. Even if you make a mistake on geometry or on your math, it's alright. You can use that Tornado, pull them all in line, and you almost have like a second chance. You got a little bit of extra credit assignment. Cash is the best Clash caster after Rich Slade and Andrew Guy. Oh, those guys are the GOATs. Their guys are the GOATs. You're talking about the GOATs. Those are like the Mordins and the Surgical Goblins. I'm better than both. No, I'm just doing my thing like a chicken wang. God of Tilt. Yo, what's up, man? Good morning. Happy Thursday. Who remembers yesterday when 8-Bit smoked Tornado the balloon and it cost him later in the game? Yes. I remember a lot of things from yesterday. There was, I think the biggest misplay I saw yesterday was that Electro Giant from Solo Man. There was what was it? It was like a Zappia flying machine and 2 Royal Recruits on his left side tower, and then he plays an Electro Giant on the right side, and I was like, wait, what? And not only that, but it was in overtime, so like he had to defend this left side tower. It's not like he could do a tower trade. There was like a minute and a half left in the game. Like this was in overtime. And he decides to play Electro Giant and not defend. And I was like, what are you doing, Solo Man? You're not done. You have to finish this defense. It was amazing. When's Oyassu playing? Probably soon. I think he's only played 3 games, so we're probably going to see 4 out of Oyassu, 4 out of Lciop, and then I think everybody else already played 4, so they're going to play 3 each. Magic Archer wouldn't have done enough. No, the Magic Archer needed 2 more shots, but still, really close game. Really close game. Undeserved win by Paradox. Undeserved? Paradox most toxic Lava Hound player? You think? I think Paradox is a great player. He's solid. The guy can play a lot of different decks. I think he did really well in CRL East last season with his fellow teammate Boss. They did well. For their first season in CRL, I think it's going to really show too. I think it's already showing. I think that one season in CRL East has just made Paradox such a more 3-dimensional player. It's really given him a better idea of the game. I think it gave him a better idea of how choosing a deck is so crucial, looking into your opponent, all these things to give yourself the competitive advantage, because he's played in the highest level of competition already in Clash Royale. He's got that experience, but also at the end of the day, if we're looking at who has the most experience, it's... No, that's not. No, this guy. That guy. I didn't mean to point at me. I don't know why I pointed at me. That guy over there, Lciop. Lciop has been around for ever. I think he's been around when Clash Royale was fused, was born at the Mount of Mordor. If this was Lord of the Rings, if Clash Royale was Lord of the Rings, Lciop would be the ring. Lciop would be the ring. I'm going to sleep now. See you later, Cash. By the way, I've been playing Expo a fair bit. Zerosis, no. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Paradox would practically eliminated. Phew. Paradox would have been practically eliminated if he lost that. I don't think so. I think Paradox is what, 3-1. So 3-2. Your vibe. No, Paradox is doing well. I think 3-1, or is it 2-1? He had a winning record. 100% it was a winning record. I can't remember what. So far, Paradox used only Lava Hound, though. Okay, you get out of here. He's not only used Lava Hound. I guess 2 games he used Lava Hound, but they were different Lava... No, they're the same Lava Hound. But maybe... Well, if we're saying Paradox is one-dimensional for using Lava Hound, can we say Lciop's one-dimensional for using this Royal Giant deck? This really good Royal Giant deck. Wallbreaker's on the left. Does he have anything? He just used his Electro Spirit, and he does not. Playing the Zappy's a little close. When it rains, it pours. You see this all the time in Clash Royale. One misplay leads to another misplay, and it's just tidal wave. So right now, if you look, Lciop is behind an Elixir. Paradox is just going to cycle an Earthquake. I think Paradox is going to win this. Unless Paradox makes a really big mistake. He doesn't... Ooh, I don't like those wall breakers. That wall breaker is just going into the blender. Having a Giant Skeleton and a Hunter already there, using the Fisherman late. The Miner was getting a lot of chip damage, but still. This is... Hunter's on tower. That's not insignificant damage too. The Hunter deals a lot of damage. 2 big shots. Now, no bomb tower for this Royal Giant. This is, remember when I said Paradox is going to have to make a mistake? Well, we might be seeing that mistake. Just like that, Lciop takes the lead. Wow. Wow, going wall breakers into the Zappies, Earthquake getting a little bit of chip. As long as Paradox can defend this, there's a chance. But he still has to defend this. This Fisherman's going to be really annoying, being able to pull all the defensive units. Hunter's going to be able to help clean up all those units. Earthquake comes in, going with the high bomb tower, but Lciop predicts. I thought Lciop had a fireball. No, he decided to go to the Earthquake, and that's going to be huge, beneficial. That's GG well played. That's GG well played. Wow, Lciop, when everything looks bad. Everything looks bad. All the doors are closed. Lciop is that little door, the little crack in the door. That little crack in the door, a little light shining through. The bathroom light. When you wake up in the middle of the night and you don't know where you are, you're bumping into walls. You're like, where's the bathroom? He's that little crack of light. There's always that little hope, a little bit of hope. Well done. Well done. That means Lciop is, what, 4-0 now? That is insane. 4-0. Not as good as Pandora, let me add. In Group D yesterday, we saw Pandora go undefeated. Didn't even lose a game in 4 games. That's wild. That's wild. 1-3. Paradox shouldn't. I don't think Paradox is 1-3. They'll probably show the standings right now. I hope they show the standings. He's a great player, but he BMs like a dog when winning by 10 HP difference with having GC. It's part of the game. I don't know. I can't say. I would never. If someone BM'd in Clash Royale, if you told me Morden, Surgical Goblin. Oh wait, I'm gonna pause it real quick. Oh yeah, you're right. Paradox is 1-3. Yeah, so he was 1-2 before, which wasn't a bad record. And now he's 1-3. He would have to win all 3, and even then, he's going to have to win in a dominant fashion because, yeah, it does not look good for Yakitori. Does not look good for Paradox. Oyassu's still in the running, but he's alive, but he's barely breathing. Yeah, this is... It's not over. It's truly not over. Any of these players can win. Any of these players can get through still. It's just going to come up to these next couple of games. Cash, do you give friend link? I do, but we just because my friend link is full, I've made it a sub perk. I started adding people on Facebook, but now that Facebook friend link is kind of gotten a little too big. If I try to open my friend link, it takes like a minute just to load all the friends. So I gotta. It's pretty much just a sub perk on Twitch. So if you have Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime and you're thinking about, hey, who do I want to use it on? this guy. That's what I said. That's why I said it really quietly. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, BMing. If someone ever BMs me in Clash Royale, or if I heard that Lapicati, Oyassu, Osama, any of these people BM'd or BM someone, I'd never be like, oh my god, this person evil. It's, I don't know, it's part of the game. It's annoying, but like I never would think less of a person for it as a person. Someone, you can't say someone's like toxic or someone's a bad person by BM alone. I don't know. I think for the most part, people are good. People are nice, except people that use Expo. Those people are toxic. Do you think aliens exist? I want to believe aliens exist, but I think it's for selfish reasons. I think if aliens did exist, it would be so much fun. It would make life like it would make life very entertaining. The entire concept. I don't know. It sounds so exciting. It sounds like a movie. When you talk about aliens and these stories about aliens, it sounds like a movie where they're talking about like UFOs, Area 51. They got UFOs there. There's aliens there. Let's storm Area 51. It sounds like a movie, and it sounds exciting. I want it to be real. I don't know. Is it narcissistic for me to want it to be real, though? Like, for those reasons, it seems kind of selfish. Ooh, this Goblin Brawler's going to get close. Not today. I love that Goblin Brawler. Every punch he does, it just feels so... He's putting every inch of muscle into each of those punches. Left, right. I don't know. Eric, what about you? Do you guys believe in aliens? Do you think aliens exist? If you think of it, like, a lot of people say the world the universe is ever expanding. What are the odds we're the only life on all the planets out there? I think that's fair. I think it makes a really compelling argument. Oh, Yasu won off stream? Let me check into that. I do not know. I don't have any. They didn't say that Oyassu won off stream. Top 3 will go to next stage. No, it's gonna be top 4, JJ. Top 4. Morden BM'd and lost like a year ago on CRL or tourney that was being broadcast. It was so funny. I'll send you the clip. Yo, actually send it to me. That sounds funny. Open predictions. Yeah, is it too late to do prediction now? I don't think so. I don't think it's too late. Let's do prediction. Let's do a little prediction. At least start the predictions. We'll start getting into a little cycle. Who will win? And then we got who do we got? It was Osama on the top. And then we got Oyassu on the... Oyassu has 2 U's in it? I did not know that. Oyassu. Prediction is set up. If you guys don't know what predictions are a way that you can bet. It's a little bit more interactive. You can now bet on who do you think is going to win using channel points that you accumulate by watching the stream. You can say, hey, I love Osama. He's my favorite player. I'm going to bet 1,000 channel points on Osama to win. And if you're right, you get more back. And you can do more bets. There's a lot of things you can do with the channel, the stream as well. And you can use these channel points. It's a lot of fun. Except... it looks like, if you are a betting man, it looks like Oyassu is a little bit in a pickle. Solid defense on the right side. The problem is with this minor wall breaker deck, the Goblin Cage is so good against the wall breakers. So good. So right now he's gonna have to try to outcycle this Goblin Cage. But the problem is, even if you outcycle the Goblin Cage, you still have to deal... uh-oh, that Knight's not in a good spot. Flying Machine does lock on, gets 3 shots on the right side. Miner gets a couple of chips on the right side as well. Miner on the left side, it just doesn't deal enough damage. Miner used to be a very consistent win condition, but now with all the nerfs it's had, the HP nerfs, the damage nerfs, it's just not consistent enough. And if you look at Oyasu's deck, he has 2 win conditions. He has the win condition in quotations, because I don't know if Miner is. Now you can go Goblin Cage. Goblin Cage for the wall breakers, always a good, always a good trade. Another Miner, not a lot of damage. Good. Oh, Miner is on tower. That's gonna be GG, well played. Arrows on the right to GG, well play this. Fireball comes in. That's a desperation fireball. I can smell desperation from a mile away. Come on, all you gotta do is arrows. Going for the... is arrows not enough? What? Arrows does more? Arrows does 85, right? Is that a little bit of BM? Were we seeing a little bit of BM? Now, do we have to say now Osama is toxic? Osama toxic confirmed? I'm just teasing. Yeah, that's the problem with wall breakers. That's the problem. I think that one of the most annoying decks to go up against is that Lava Hound deck, because with the wall breakers, so you go wall breakers and you go miner. They go Goblin Cage. They don't even have to defend the miner, but if they do, it's pretty easy. You can just go Mega Minion, not a big deal. So your opponent has a counter push, Mega Minion, Goblin Cage. They most likely have a Lava Hound on the opposite side. That's usually why you would go in with the miner wall breakers. And then let's say you play some cards, you play a hunter, you play the knight to protect the hunter, and now you're back. You're back to the miner, you're back to the wall breakers. You go in with miner wall breakers. Well, if you go in with minor wall breakers, you did outcycle the cage, but your opponent now has barbarians. Okay, barbarians, very, very annoying. How do you get through these barbarians? You can log, and I've been watching Morden do that, where if you log, you can play you'd have to play the miner up high and log, and maybe one wall breaker gets on. Is it worth it? Not really. Or you can do a prediction fireball. Is that worth it? That's a lot of elixir. If you have it saved up, sure, but you might lose the tower in the process on the right side. Having the fireball to defend the flying machine, the skeleton dragons, even the pops when the inevitable Lava Hound pops. It's all really, it's hard, and I wonder if we're gonna see this exact same matchup. Why Oyassu? Why? Oh, this is a hard matchup. This is a hard matchup. Also, I forgot about arrows. Not only does he have Goblin Cage, but he also has arrows for the wall breakers. Are we just seeing a GG well played? Imagine getting Alien Girlfriend. Oh, Alien GF! Oh my gosh, imagine. Is that why everybody wanted to run through area 61? I'm gonna go eat BBL. BBL. Be back later? Is that what that is? Is that what that is? If universe is limitless, then for sure there's same planet and same stuff happening somewhere else. Same Kashman hosting a same tournament. Yo, I could definitely beat up that Kashman. I am the one true Kashman. There's no way that I would lose to myself in a thumb wrestling. I've never lost in thumb wrestling. I would destroy other cash in thumb wrestling. Arrows do 84 at level 9. Oh, and what was he at? He was at 80 what? It was what, 85? That's hilarious. So it would have been one off. I probably would have lost that game. Can I get a Raid Shadow Legends? It's hilarious. I downloaded Raid Shadow Legends last night for Lciop, and then I deleted it right away. I opened it, I deleted it. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Do you know what's funny? If you search up Raid Shadow Legends on YouTube, I want to see like a review of it. It's just CWA. CWA, Charmer, same decks. It looks like it. Also, Kaiser Sosa, I don't think I said what's up. How are you doing today? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Yeah, same decks. I don't know if this is what Oyassu wanted, but you know what? It's working right now. I didn't see what happened. Did a wall breaker connect on the left or right side? So a late miner. The Knight's not going to do a good job. It doesn't pull all the lava pups. That's going to be a big misplay. The lava pups deal damage. Trying to get a little bit of damage in return, but that's not going to be much. Goblin Cage comes out for the wall breakers, and just like that, history repeats itself. We got Osama playing Lava Hound, and it looks like it's the exact same thing's going to happen. Fireball comes in, trying to desperately get some damage, but in the process, look at the Goblin Brawler on the bottom right. 30 seconds left. This is most likely going to be a tower down on the left side. I don't know how, unless you can pick up this miner. Doesn't pick up the miner. Knight on the left side, miner on the right. Arrows come in. A lot of value getting the tower and getting the spear goblins. One shot from the skeleton dragon. It looks like the Lava Hound's going to clean up this. There's no way these wall breakers are ever getting through. Goblin Cage, fireball. It doesn't matter. You need more. It's just not enough. It's GG well played. I don't know if that was luck from Osama or confidence. Or I don't know what just happened, but well played to Osama. Well played to Osama. He won with this Lava Hound deck. Usually if you win with a deck and your opponent loses with a deck, you would predict, oh, my opponent's going to switch decks. But for some reason, Osama thought to himself and was like, hey, what if Oyassu plays this deck again? And he plays the same deck, and he won. Arrows is 93 in tournament standard. Oh, it does. Okay, yeah, it seemed like it does way. I thought it does like $150 when it's max. I'm like, how does it do half of that? How does it do less than half when it's 4 levels difference? That doesn't make sense. I was playing so many hours a day, I had to delete it. Are you serious? I feel like you're memeing. There's no way Raid Shadow Legends is good. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I do love memes, though. CWA should buy Raid Shadow Legends at this point, to be honest. Like, buy the company. Just be Raid. Change his name to Raid Shadow Legends. So what would that be? Instead of CWA, it would be RSL, Raid Shadow Legends. I don't think it's my type of game, though. I don't like those ones where you, like, have characters and you have to build a team and there's all this, like, you have to get equipment for them and then you have to, like, build your team and upgrade certain stats and, like, you have to have, like, a certain comp where it's like, this guy's going to be my critical or my magic resistant guy. It gets a little too intense. It gets a little too intense for me. Like it starts becoming homework. Who the freak said 84? I swear someone said 84. Who was it? Whoever said it, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Who was it? I won't be mad. I'll be furious. Battle of the BMers, not gonna lie. All right, everybody. Who's not a? I've definitely BM before. Am I a BMer? Feels bad for Oyassu. Yeah, he's not doing too hot. 1-3, 1-3, 1-3 for Oyassu, Paradox, and Yakitori. Oyassu, hey, let's go. Let's see if he can get the Jets going. Jack with a little bit of BM. Maybe he watched the last game and was like, yo, Oyassu, what are you doing? Step your game up. Jack going with the Ice Wizard. It could be Electro Giant. It could be Electro Giant. But most likely it's going to be like Splash Yard. Maybe it is Electro Giant. It could also be the Bowler Lumber Loon deck, Bowler Graveyard Freeze deck. Going with the Knight, though, that's probably going to be Splash Yard. Jack has been around for a long time. I find that Jack does play a lot of very, I don't know, like, I guess older decks. Not older, traditional decks. He's still... He does adapt to the meta, but I guess Splash Yard is still meta, so you can't be mad. And not the worst start. Tries to go with that aggressive graveyard, but the bats were able to clean up the graveyard very, very easily, very, very efficiently. And Oyassu got a couple of shots because of it. He got two hog shots. Did get the King Tower activation, Jack, but what did it cost him? Ooh, yikes! This is not the start you're looking for if you're Jack. One thing, okay, look at the elixir though. Big elixir lead for Jack. If he goes Knight, if he goes Knight, he goes Baby Dragon. Maybe he can go with a Graveyard here, and maybe he can deal some damage. Because Oyassu doesn't have the best answers. He has to go Graveyard and Poison. Early Poison? Goes for the Tornado instead. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. But now doesn't have the Tornado for this defense against the Hog Rider. If he doesn't deal a little bit more damage on this right side tower, this is looking really, really good for Oyassu. And maybe if Oyassu wins this, he can start getting a couple of wins together. Maybe a little bit of a win streak. Baby Dragon on tower. Poison comes in for the bats. Surprisingly, it doesn't look like a good Poison, but I really like that Poison. That Poison might take the tower. And if it does, that's probably one of the best Poisons I've ever seen. That's awesome. That's a Poison you wouldn't usually do, too. That's a Poison you would not usually do. If you saw bats, would you ever poison bats? Most likely not. Most likely you would never, ever just the bats. Why would you? Oh, prediction with the mini P.E.K.K.A for the Knight. Really, really good. Getting rid of that tank as quickly as possible. On the right side, Goblin Cage has to be supported with the Barb as well. No hits on the right side. This is going to be good for Jack as long as he can get a little bit of damage on this left side. Oyassu still has to expend Elixir on the right side, and all Jack has to do is he could just use Tornado here and pull that to King Tower, and he does, and it was the perfect pull as well. Not one hit on tower. Log comes in, has to use something for this bat, but look, even if this was a 2-tower game, Jack has such a lead. A very, very good lead, and that's exactly... Oh, it looks like Oyasu's taking the knee. GG, well played. That's exactly what you want to do. Exactly, if you ever have the tower lead, and it was really close. Jack had what, 500 on his right side tower, where the left side towers were even. He defended. Well, first off, he did defend the right side tower, which you don't always have to do. He was able to defend it pretty efficiently with having the Tornado and the Goblin Cage. But he started putting pressure on the left side. He was almost like setting himself up for the future. He knew that the game was potentially going to go to a 2-tower situation, and he was already dealing damage on the left side. Getting in that little bit, even if it was less, getting half is amazing. It's exactly where you want. But even getting a little bit of a head start, it puts your opponent under a lot of pressure. Maybe he has to overcommit, and then you just win. Didn't matter. We saw Jack win, and Oyassu is struggling. Oyassu is struggling. Oh, the prediction. I totally forgot. Totally forgot. Osama does beat Oyassu. I'll do the next one. This one's already pretty much done. Or at least one of the games is done. Oyassu, just use your damn 2.6. People have been saying it. Like, people have been saying Oyassu overrated. Like, if Jack loses, he deserves to BM. I don't mind BM. A lot of people hate BM. I don't mind the BM. I find it's funny, especially in competitive. I kind of like the drama. I guess I'm a big basketball fan, and in basketball there's always drama. People hate each other all the time. There's always back and forth. In a sport where there's no like helmets or anything, you can like there's a lot of You can see the players talking to each other a lot of times. And that drama, I think it adds another level to the entertainment. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about entertainment. And I think, first off, the first entertainment is, of course, the gameplay. But the story is also crucial. Like, imagine if Jack and Oyassu went to school together. Oyassu, he was the popular kid. He had all the girls, all the friends. And he stole Jack's lunch money. And then now, just having that little bit of a story, that little narrative, I think it adds a lot to this game. Like, if that was a story for this game, you'd be like, oh my gosh, this guy, these guys go way back. They're enemies, and now they're playing against each other. Whoever wins, it means more. It's not just the game, it's life. I love that stuff. I love that stuff. And I think BM adds to that maybe a little bit. Just go all my KFC lunch for half off. You got, wait, what? How'd you get KFC for half off? Aren't you in the States too? Isn't like fast food relatively cheap in the States? I remember whenever I drive in the States, you'll see like buy 20-piece chicken nuggets for $6.99, and it's like, what? $6.99? I can't even buy a 6-piece here in Canada for $6.99. Yo, it's a hard name. I'm butchering that. I apologize, but thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Cash Fam. Does Oyassu play any heavy decks? I see him always rocking Cycle. He definitely prefers Cycle decks. How Black definitely prefers the Cycle decks, but he can play Lava Hound. I saw him win a 12 win with, I saw him win a 12 win with Lava Hound. Whoa, that was a really cool play. I have never seen that happen before. So the Fisherman pulled the Fisherman of Jack onto Oyassu's side. But because when the Fisherman gets pulled, he technically doesn't target... The Fisherman, for some reason, isn't active. It's similar to if a Fisherman pulls the Sparky towards your Princess Tower, the Sparky won't shoot the Fisherman. It'll shoot your tower. Why? I don't know. I don't know if it's a bug or if that's what they intended to do. But then the Fisherman, instead of attacking the Fisherman, ended up pulling the Royal Giant of Oyassu back onto Oyassu's side of the arena. I like that. It's a cool interaction. It would probably never happen again, once in a lifetime. But that was so cool. If Oyassu wins this game, can we do prediction for the third game? Yeah, 100%. Let's do that. I haven't watched a lot of Asia groups, but I think you're right. The group looks tougher. If IMJP can keep up his level of play from yesterday, he's going to be a scary person playing elimination. I totally agree. IMJP is looking terrifying. Yesterday's group was pretty good, though. Yesterday's group was pretty good. They had, what, IMJP, Bufamac, Javi Catorce, and then St. Belican. Ooh, good King Tower activation there. That's something I actually did on stream yesterday? I think I did that on stream yesterday. The only way it works, though, is if your Hunter's low on HP. It doesn't take all the bullets from the Hunter don't go into Fisherman. Some of them go through and they actually hit your King Tower. Really good plays. Really good plays. Really solid plays. This is as even as it gets. What is it? 10 HP separating the two towers? Very similar decks. I think I like Jack's situation a little bit better. He has a lot. Ooh, but not anymore. Misses. Wow, great predictive log. Misses the Goblin Cage, and that's going to be GG well played. Just when I was going to bring up how the Goblin Cage might give Jax the advantage here, he misses it, and it's probably going to be over. Yes, Oyassu has a little bit quicker of a cycle, but this is GG well played. Unless this Royal Giant can do wizardry. No, Fireball comes in, GG well played. Oyassu ties it up. We're going to game 3. This is not over. This is not over. Not even close. All right, let's do a quick little prediction for this last game. So who will win? Let's go with Jack and Oyassu. It's not Jax, it's Jack. I know, I keep saying Jax, but like I'm saying like Jack like apostrophe S, but it sounds like Jax. I'm trying to say like Jax's Royal Hog, but it sounds like Jax with an X. I'm not trying to. Like, how do you say Jax? Like, how do you say Jax with like Jax TV? Hey, I'm gonna go watch Jax TV. Like, it sounds like I'm saying it with an X, J-A-X, but I'm trying to say J-A-C-K apostrophe S. It's not working. Jack learned that action from you, Rara. Must have. He was probably watching the stream yesterday, saw these pro plays, and was like, oh my gosh, I have to replicate that tomorrow versus Oyassu in RG versus RG. Is RG best card in the game? Pat Clash? I don't know. I don't know if there's a best card in the game. It's easy to say, like, best card in the game is hard just because there's so many cards and they all do different things. If you were saying like, is Royal Giant the best win condition in the game? You can make an argument. I think Balloon's really good. It's really consistent. It's really consistent, and the counters, you can counter the counters of the Balloon relatively easily with just a snowball. I think Graveyard's still good. It's a very, very unique win condition, but Royal Giant has to be at least top 5 win conditions, maybe top 3. Maybe. Oyassu's arguably one of the best players in the world right now. That's a big argument. That's a hard argument to win. I don't know who. I don't know what. Desire. Do you have a reason why? I think he's a good player. But I don't know if he's the... I don't even know if I can say he's top 50. I don't know. He just doesn't have the accolades. That's like saying a rookie... That's like saying a rookie coming into the NBA or like a professional league is the best. But they haven't proved themselves. They haven't got a championship. They haven't got the accolades, the rookie of the year, haven't even proved themselves on a big stage. I think Oyassu. Hey, look at that! Oyasu's not using Cycle. He's going with the very, very. This is the deck that, remember I said he's won a grand challenge with Lava Hound. Well, this is the deck: Lumber Loon Miner with Zap Arrows, Inferno Dragons, Skeleton Dragons, Barbs. This deck's aggressive. This deck's really, really aggressive. I think Jack has a really good matchup, though. He has a really quick cycle. He can potentially get to... Yo, thank you guys so much for the hosting the oceans, by the way. Thank you. He has a quick cycle. He can potentially get to multiple musketeers. He can use the poison on defense, and right now he can just keep chipping away with these these miners. Jack has the lead, and I don't think he's gonna lose it. I think Jack wins this. Put prediction up. Did I not put it up? No, prediction's up. Prediction should be up. I like wall breakers. Yeah, wall breakers. I gotta work on wall breakers. I think wall breakers are good, but they're definitely difficult. Because wall breakers are great if they get on tower, but getting wall breakers onto tower can be a little tricky. You gotta be clever. You gotta be creative. You gotta do well. Interesting mortar. That Inferno Dragon's gonna roast like a third of its health, but still, this is I kind of would like this mortar on this defense here. So probably gonna go with the poison. Yep, poison comes in, and Knight to try to protect the musketeer, but that was a really late Knight. Oh, maybe it's for the next wave of units it's gonna protect. So does he have anything? Musketeer comes in, really good predictive musketeer, or miner. Gets the miner on the musketeer. That is going to be a balloon drop. And with the arrows, that is enough to take out the musketeer. That's enough to take out the left side tower. And Oyassu is actually going to win this game. In a 2-tower situation, this is Oyasu's matchup. Unless he makes a big mistake. I think this is going to be GG well played. Going in aggressive. He is putting the pedal to the metal. Balloon on the right side. Anything to pull it in. Going with the... This is probably going to be okay. He still has Snowball as well. So he can use Snowball to push it away. Doesn't even need so. Maybe death damage. Doesn't look like it, sadly. So Oyassu goes Lava Hound in the back. This is a situation where Oyassu might be able to get double Lava Hounds out. And that's where it gets a little sketchy for Jack. I think Jack is doing really well right now, going with the Musketeer at the back. Probably going to have to cycle back to another Musketeer using the Skeletons, using the Bats. 1 card away if he uses the Skeletons. Arrows come in. Good arrow value. So Skeletons comes out. Maybe Poison. Okay, Poison comes out as well. Gets back to another Musketeer. And now, this is it. There's the double Lava Hound. This is the problem. This is the problem. I don't know if he's going to be able to stop this cleanly enough. Balloon as well. No, going for the Skeleton Dragons, trying to take out this Musketeer. Does take out the Musketeer. And now he can go Balloon maybe up high on the right side, or he can just reset. He doesn't have Lava Hound, though, so you can't reset. So he does go Balloon. Maybe that's... Is that the Balloon you're looking for? Is that really the Balloon you're looking for? Arrows come in. Snowball pushes the Balloon back. Not even going to get death damage. Oh, does get death damage. Wow. Okay. I think Oyassu has this. I don't know how Jack can win. The Miner doesn't do a lot of damage. That's a great start using the Skeletons. The Musketeer does get a decent amount of value. Back to another Musketeer. Jack has to put his pedal to the metal now. The entire time in double elixir, or in this overtime, Oyassu has been pressuring. He's been the instigator. He's been the aggressor. Well, now that Jack is behind, he has to do something. And I love these high mortars, trying to get some type of lock. Split the barbs to distract. Poison as well, getting a little bit of chip tower damage. Probably has to go with the miner, but how do you go miner right now? How do you get damage if you have to still defend this? Gets to another musketeer, snowballs everything back. 2 balloons, wow. That is terrifying. What is this, balloon parade? How the heck is there 2? I don't think I've ever seen 2 balloons in a Lava Hound deck. That's the first time I've ever seen that. That's gonna be GG, well played. Oyassu is on the board. You know what? Well played. Well played. The reason Oyassu won this is I wish I can get a replay on that. That push on the left side was so well done. So well done. That predictive miner. But not only that, but there was 0 hesitation on Oyassu. Oyassu knew what he wanted to do. That shows that he knows what to do with this deck. I know he's won a GC, and a lot of people say you can win a GC with a deck. Doesn't mean you're good at that deck. Doesn't mean you mastered that deck. I don't know. Maybe he got lucky. Maybe I thought it showed confidence. Going miner right away, going exactly where he thought the musketeer was going to be, and then after that, arrowing right away as well, making sure that balloon does get on tower, gets on tower healthy, takes out the tower, and he gets a decent lead going into that 2-tower game. That's amazing. Also, Dan the man. What's up, Dan? How you doing, man? What's up? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Cash Fam. That was awesome. They should have DM'd each other and did 2v2 or 2.6 versus 2.6. They should have. That would have been the fan favorite. That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. I would have loved to see that. But I think both of these players really do care about getting to the next stage. If you qualify, you're one step closer to getting $40,000 potentially in total prizes. And I know people want to do that. People want to get to the next stage. People want to. It's a big stage. There's a lot of good competition. There's a really big prize, and there's a lot of clout to be had. So I think none of these players are going to be playing joke decks. Except we saw a couple of joke decks yesterday in Group D. We saw a couple of very, very weird decks. We saw, who was it? Rad and Igor. Igor was playing some weird decks yesterday, but Rad came out with a balloon graveyard deck that was very, very interesting. I don't think we're going to see that today. In an elimination situation, I don't think we're going to see it. And Oyassu takes it. 40% of you guys bet on Oyassu, and 40% of you guys are correct. Congratulations. Oh, I keep burping. Oh, I got to have better posture when I sit. I have really bad posture. Also, Rain Love Tilt. What's up, man? How you doing today? What's up? Good morning. How you doing today? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Who's up next? I want to do the prediction for the next one. I don't know who's up next. It's probably not Oyassu. Lciop's played. Maybe Furkan? Is Furkan playing? It is, drumroll please, Benzer and Elsiop. Wow. This is a good match. So we got Benzer on the top. And then we got Lciop on the bottom. Lciop. Boom, bang, bop. Boom, boom, pow. These people jacking my style. They trying to cop my swagger. So Lciop, let's see. Benzer is been playing really, really well. He has lost one. I can't remember who it was to, but it was really close. It was one of those matches where Benzer easily could be undefeated like Lciop. But Lciop is undefeated. Benzer has 1 loss. We'll see what happens next. And right now, it looks like a really good matchup for Lciop. Lciop is crushing it right now. It doesn't seem like there's any weakness in his game. He might go undefeated in this group. Maybe we should do a prediction for that. How much are you getting paid to commentate this? Nothing. I'm just doing this for the love of the sport, love of the game, baby. I'll be doing this anyways. I'll be watching this anyways. So the fact that I get to even commentate this is amazing. Amazing. Lava Giant. Oh my gosh, you're right. I forgot about Lava Giant. Yeah, Rad used Lava Giant. I think it was Rad. He played Lava Hound Giant. That's right. I forgot. That was definitely... Igor was playing some weird decks, don't get me wrong. But that Lava Giant deck had to be the funniest one. Had to be the funniest one. Oh, it's amazing. That's crazy. That's crazy. I missed Jack first. Oyassu, that hurts. Yeah, it was really close. And not only that, Oyassu won, too. I heard you're like 6'4". Nah, I'm like 6'9". What are you talking about? I'm like basketball size. I'm a baller. All I do is dunk. I just dunk on everybody. Please call me Ali, please. I know, it's weird calling you Rain Love Tilt. It's too long. Change your name back. Azili's played 2 of the weirdest decks I've ever seen a couple of days ago. Yeah, what? I've heard about them, but I haven't seen them yet. When's Azil? What group's Azili in? He's in B, right? I'll make sure I watch B. What is that, tomorrow? I'll watch the elimination stage tomorrow. I went all in. 9K points. Wow, you are ballsy. Stand on my money. Now I'm 6'6". Let's go. That's like a rapper lyrics. That was really good. D's Nuts, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Cash fam. How are you doing today? Happy Thursday. How's the day been for you? So this is interesting. Right now, if you look at this deck, who do you think has matchup? Well, you would say it's Lciop. He has Bomb Tower for these Royal Hogs, really good interaction. And he also has the Royal Delivery, really good. Not the best ways to deal with this Flying Machine though. And I want to mention this Flying Machine because this Flying Machine is, if Benzer wins, it's probably going to be because of this Flying Machine. Goblin Cage up high, maybe a little too high. Oh, he played it that high to get away from the Earthquake. Really well played. Zappy's help out a little bit. Log comes on tower. Log and Earthquake is enough to take out Zappy, so remember that. This is an interesting situation. So Benzer, what he's probably going to do is actually go Royal Hogs in front. He's going to go Flying Machine to try to get Lock on, and he does. Wow, that's really good. Usually the Hog Rider player would block the Flying Machine. And if you block the Flying Machine, you'd go with the early Hogs. So the Hogs would get on the Bomb Tower, and then the Royal Recruits could potentially do damage and tank for everything else. Another problem is if you go with an early Bomb Tower, like we saw Lciop do, you can also get back to another Bomb Tower. And right now, the timer's on. Lciop is probably never going to get a Hog on any of these towers. But these Logs are going to come through, these Earthquakes are going to come through, and it's all Lciop has to do is defend perfectly, which is easier said than done. Royal Delivery coming in, getting onto the Flying Machine. Flying Machine's still alive, but the split archers are going to be enough to clean up everything else. Log comes in on the right side, a little bit more chip, and that is another clean defense. Royal Recruits, he misses, he doesn't get in front of all the Zappies. Earthquake on the left side, very interesting Earthquake. Maybe a little bit of desperation there. Flying Machine does go down. I wasn't a big fan of those Royal Recruits because now all you got to do is Bomb Tower, and you can't do anything. I think what's going on right now is Benzer Ridel's feeling the pressure. I think Benzer's feeling a little bit of pressure. He's seeing how low his right side tower is, and he's looking at both of Lciop's towers, seeing them above 2,000 HP, and thinking, wow, I got to do something. I got to do something now, and I don't think that's what he should have done. Playing Royal Recruits at the back there would have been a little bit better, I think. He could build a big push. He still had 30 seconds of triple elixir, and maybe, just maybe, he could have made something happen. It looks like Lciop's going to win. He does have matchup, but at the same time, I think he played that perfectly. I don't think he made one mistake. Look at his towers. Look how healthy the towers are. So what Benzer could have done there instead of Royal Recruits in front of nothing, he could have went Royal Recruits at the back. Yeah, he could have went Royal Recruits at the back, had one more big push, potentially get to double Royal Recruits, and then hopefully you can get a really good Fireball. If you can get a Fireball where you can get the Bomb Tower and you can get the Archers, you might be able to win that matchup. It's really hard for Lciop to deal with the Flying Machine then. You maybe will get some Royal Recruits on tower, and once you get a couple of Royal Recruits on tower, your opponent has to defend those Royal Recruits, and potentially you can go in opposite lane with your with more units. Flying Machine, Hogs, Barbaro, whatever it is. Not an easy matchup, though. I'm going super hypothetical. Even that, Lciop, his defense seems so good, where even that might have not worked. We Hoppin' on TikTok is a 6'10" multi-sport pro prospect god athlete. Who? Are you talking about We Hoppin'? Who are We Hoopin'? That's me. That's actually me. That's my that's my baby account. That's my sub account. I'm pretty sure Azili's in Group C. Group C? Okay, I'll keep my eye out. I haven't been able to watch a lot of Europe just because I've been streaming as well. I've been streaming twice during the day, just working on YouTube videos as well. Also taking naps. I've been tired. I'll probably take a nap after this. Did an illy reminder of the all electricity deck. Oh, Sam G, come on, man. It's too soon. It's too soon. $500. I still got 50. Shout out to CWA. I love the guy. He's amazing. He's amazing. Oh, by the way, while we're talking about Azilis and everybody, make sure... Oh, wait. Do I even have a command for that? Did someone get rid of the command? Where is that command? Rich? Give me 1 second. Rich Sladen. If you guys are enjoying watching the whole Asia region of the Bren Chong Cup, make sure you check out the Bren Chong Cup European side, and that is being streamed live on YouTube on Rich Sladen's channel. So I have the link here. Boom, bang, bop. Rich's link is in the chat below. Make sure you check that out. It is going to be it is quality, absolute quality. Quality casting, quality time. Check it out on YouTube. Really good gameplay. You can even rewatch it. I think he has all of the VODs. Even actually, he has also some of my VODs as well. I think he's putting a lot of the Asia content. So anything Bren Chong Cup. If you want anything, if there was a match that you saw and you're like, this match was awesome, I want to show my buddy. Where to find it? Rich Sladen's channel. If you want anything esports, Clash Royale related, Rich Sladen's channel. If you want a caster wearing some cool sunglasses, Rich Sladen's channel. Rich Sladen's channel. Do you want some funny puns? Rich Sladen's channel. Damn, I'm making myself clear. Rich Sladen's channel. Boom. Check it out. YouTube. Boom, bang, bop. Azili played 3M, Giant Skeleton, Barbs, Minion Horde Pump, and other one was Wizard, Hog, Freeze, Miner. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I think those decks would work. Especially, like, I think you have to be very emotionally strong in competitive play. You can't get tilted, and little things like a weird deck that your opponent plays, maybe you're not prepared for it, maybe it gets in your head a little bit, and in like the doubt, the tilt, it might work, and maybe that's a weird way to look at it, but anything to give you that competitive advantage, especially in Clash Royale where the pro scene is so close, where the best and the worst of that pro scene is separated by inches. Benzer has matchup? No, Benzer does not have matchup. Does he have matchup? He doesn't have Inferno Dragon. He does have okay, give me a sec. I think you're right. Would Bomb Tower would definitely help. Having the Barbs for this graveyard, I think you're correct. I think you are correct. Going Barbs at the bridge. Doesn't have the Bomb Tower though for these Barbs. I really like that. Going for the Barb Barrel, it is going to be enough. Skeleton Dragons, there's a lot on this right side. Tornado pulls everything in. Ice Wizard's going to clean that up with the Baby Dragon. This is a really good chance for a graveyard. Going for the graveyard on the left side, though. Not going for the graveyard on the left side. Just going for a knight. Lciop's got... Okay, going for a late graveyard. Wow, interesting play. So maybe doesn't even have to go Barbs. Goes for the arrows instead. That's going to be fine. Goblin Brawler is going to help out. A lot of skeletons, though, on the back. Just like that. Lciop does take the lead, and pretty substantially, too. And let's watch this defense on the right side. Okay, so on the left side, going Barbs and Goblin Brawler at the bridge. The Barb Barrel usually is enough, but it's not going to be enough. Has to go with the Knight as well. On the right side, probably going to get back to another Ice Wizard or another... Oh, it doesn't even have to. Could just go with the Tornado. Cleans everything up. Really, really, really solid play by Lciop. Is Lciop human? Lciop might be not human. He is playing so well. So pixel perfect. And do you hear what I said there? I said, and he's going to play another Ice Wizard. If I was playing, I would have played the Ice Wizard, and I probably would have lost for it. That would have been a misplay. And now you're saying, oh, you just played the Ice Wizard. It doesn't die. It's not a big deal. But over-defending in Clash Royale is really, really bad. Maybe he wasn't able to play that Graveyard. Maybe he wasn't able to play that the Barb Barrel as well with the Graveyard, and he wouldn't have won the game. Over-defending is something that it's not as bad as over-attacking, but it can be equally as bad. Flying Machine on the left side is going to get some decent damage, but it looks like this right side is going to be really easily cleaned up. All he has to do is just Tornado once that pops. No, we already used Tornado. It should be fine. Graveyard comes in, Barb Barrel as well, or is he just going to go Poison? Poison comes in. That's going to be GG, well played. All he needs is one skeleton hit. I think he got it already. Tornado comes in as well. GG, well played. Lciop wins. Yeah. Lciop, really, really well played. If I show my nipples, well, you should know. Dang it. Go play Raid Shadow Legends. It's not matchup for pros, only regular players. Yeah, I think Lciop has a really good situation there. Even though he didn't have... I think Bomb Tower would have helped a lot more. Hey, the guns! Hey! I love it. Benzer Ridel just looks like he remembered bees are dying globally at alarming rates. Or looks like he has like a headache. Like he's doing a test and he got a little bit of a headache. Or he forgot... It's like he got a question on a test and he's like, oh, I didn't study this one. Amazing. Cyan the man, welcome back. How you doing today, man? How you doing? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Everybody watching right now, cheers. Hope you guys are having a great Thursday. Happy Bren Chong Cup too, and hope you're having a good one. Why did Sergio Clavin quit? Why? I think he just got tired of the game. There's something to be said where I was kind of worried about this when I started doing this whole content creation full time, is when you're doing something so much. I've heard about this a lot with like artists and chefs, where if you love to cook, but then cooking becomes your job, it doesn't stay your passion. You look at it as a job and it feels like a job, and you don't enjoy it as more. It almost ruins it. And I think that could happen with Clash Royale. Maybe originally Surgical Goblin loved the game, but after practicing 8 hours plus every day for years and years and years, to be the best, to put in the effort, which he definitely did, and it definitely showed off. He's world champion for a reason. He's the GOAT for a reason. But I don't know. You get to a point where it's like, this is work, and I don't like the work anymore. I'm not getting that enjoyment. I'm not getting that fulfillment. And even Surgical Goblin, he's got to find it somewhere. And right now it's in Fortnite. Right now he wants to play Fortnite. Still, he honestly, hey, whatever, this goes for everybody. Whatever you do, make sure you do it as the best of your ability. If you're gonna do something, put in everything. If you wanna be, I don't know, a rose farmer, if you wanna grow roses, well, grow the best dang rose farm ever. If you're gonna do something, do it right, do it well, put in the effort. Doesn't matter what it is. If you have a passion, pursue it, live it. If you want to be a beekeeper, quesadillas. If you want to be a beekeeper, be the best beekeeper ever. If you want to be a postman, if you just want to deliver mail, be the best mail deliverer ever. It doesn't matter what you do, it's about how you do it. And if you like it too. Make sure you do something you like. 8 hours plus a day, and he was ass. I don't think he was ass. I do not think so. He was a really good player. He was a very, very good player. There's a reason why he's called the GOAT. Surgical Goblin did not like the 100-0 matchups with zero chance, with more cards impossible to miss. Sure, he could say that. There's probably more reasons than not. Maybe I'm doing a very broad reason, like he just didn't enjoy the game. There's probably a lot of reasons why I didn't enjoy the game. I think the big thing is just playing it 8 hours a day. Doing anything that much, you're eventually just gonna get sick of it. I really like cleaning toilets, but then I became a janitor, and now it sucks. Pat Clash. I don't know if that's a meme or not. If you do what you love as a job, you'll never work a day in your life. A lie? I think so. Because that's stupid. That's so minimalistic. Anything you do, there's gonna be things you love and things you don't. If you want to be a doctor and you're a doctor, you might love being a doctor, but there's gonna be things that you don't like. Maybe you don't like dealing with people. Maybe you don't like dealing, I don't know, with the paperwork. There's gonna be things you don't like, but it doesn't mean you don't like the job. I don't know. Nothing's perfect. There's always gonna be things that you don't like, but that's just the whole like yin and yang, the happiness and sadness, positives and negatives. Yeah, you can't always be happy. You can't always be sad. But you need to be happy to be sad. And you need to be sad to be happy. Just like in Clash Royale, unlike Lciop, I was going to say you need to lose to win. But in Lciop's side, he doesn't lose. I forgot to do the prediction for that. Congrats to everybody that did the prediction, because I think that was an easy prediction to do. Lciop. What? Only 60% of you guys bet on Lciop? The guy, history repeats himself. Start prediction. Let's go with, yeah, let's keep doing this one. Who will win? Let's go Osama. This game's not over yet. Yakitori. Yakitori and Osama both are 1-3, so both of these players really need a win. This is probably the most important game, because if you lose this game, you are officially out. Whoever loses the game is officially out of the Bren Chong Cup too. And I'm not overstating this. I'm not overstating this at all. Lciop is next level in this group. Yo, Mola, that is understatement. He has been crushing it. Him, Pandora have been dominating. And right now, I'm pretty sure Lciop has locked in his spot to go to the next round. So we're gonna see Lciop in the regional finals, 100%. But now we're just seeing who joins them. Does top 3 qualify? No, it's going to be top 4. Top 4 qualify. There's 4 divisions. Top 4 qualify from each, so it's going to be top 16 go to this bracket, the regional finals bracket. And then I believe top 4 from each of those regional finals. Well, top 3, I believe, get some type of prize. And then top 4 go to the next one. Why isn't anyone using Eagle and Rage? Rara? Man, I don't know. I want to see little Grimace boy, Thanos dude, just as bad as anybody else. This is going to be a big push on the right side. Having the battle healer keeping everything alive. Ooh, Ram Rider on the right or Ram Rider on the left? I don't know. Ram Rider on the left seemed... first off, it was an early Ram Rider. Maybe he just didn't want to give too much fireball value, which is that's fair. That was a really, really good push that got destroyed really easily. Osama's angry, and I think I would be too. I wonder what happened. So a lot of fireball value every single time. Fireball value, fireball value. If this cannon cart gets knocked off his wheels is going to be very annoying. But I don't think it's going to matter. Yakitori still has a bar barrel, so even if it did get close to the bridge, it wouldn't have mattered. Cannon cart's finally off its wheels, but another cannon cart comes down. So what are you going to do if you're Osama? I'm really thinking, yes, Ram Rider on the left side. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Ram Rider on the left side. I thought about that last push. A lot of fireball value on the right side. Takes it. Bandit on the left side as well. Easy defense. So many options for Yakitori. Having this fireball makes this matchup a lot easier. A lot easier. Having the fireball and the bar barrel to just deal with these big clumps of units. The battle healer, the cannon cart knocking it off its wheels. Having the mortar to pull in the ram rider. And just having the knight to pick up the bandit. Having the hunter to finish units off. And having everything else. This is going to be GG. This is going to be well played. Yakitori probably played that perfectly. So if you play this deck that Yakitori's playing, I've played it before. I usually play it with poison. First off, if you're playing this deck right now on ladder with poison, switch it. Fireball is a lot better. It's just a lot better in this meta. If you play that deck and you struggle against bridge spam, rewatch that. Rewatch that game because that's good. That was really well played. That's deep, bro. Yeah, I got way too philosophical there. I'm in the morning. I'm loopy. I apologize for absolutely nothing. I'm a chef and I love cooking, but I still work. I still work at least 1 day a week when I do inventory, and I hate inventory. Yo, Reyes, exactly. Like, there's no such thing as a dream job. It's this weird. Okay, now I'm getting philosophical again. Redeem 1v1. Let's run it. Yo, Ali, I cannot 1v1 right now. Imagine if I stopped the Bren Chong Cup 2. I like messaged Revola and I was like, hey man, we gotta pause it. I got a 1v1 Ali K, and he's like, oh, acceptable, no worries. Thought Osama retired. He retired 2 seasons ago. On Twitter, he said he retired. A lot of people say they retire, though, and they don't actually retire. The reason he retired was because 3M was dead, and he was with 3M one trick. But then he realized that he can play any deck because he's good. And he started playing Royal Recruits, Royal Hogs on ladder, and he did really well last season. I think he got a top 15 finish last season, top 20 maybe. And now he's back. For Osama's defense, I maybe he's making excuses, but supposedly he's really busy with exams. He hasn't been able to practice a lot. He hasn't been able to sleep a lot. So, but I guess I'm making that excuse for Osama. But Lciop could be in the same situation. Lciop could be in a worse situation. We just heard what Osama's going through. So Osama is kind of in a stressful situation from what it sounds. I redeemed 1v1. Yeah, I'm not doing a 1v1 right now. After tweeting 20 times a day, he will stop playing. I don't think Osama's done. I can't see it. If you're this good and like I think he's a rising star. He's on the brink of greatness, and sure, he's not going to be able to show it here, but there's going to be CRL in 2021 is going to be so interesting because players like Osama who dominate ladder now will be able to qualify for CRL, and if they put in the work, they can get paid. Not only can they get paid, but they can also get a lot of clout. I don't know what they're doing for CRL, how they're going to, because the end of the season now matters. If you come in top 1,000 at the end of the season in Clash Royale, or in the ladder in Clash Royale, you qualify for a CRL tournament and potentially going to win money. Because ladder now matters, I wonder if there's going to be some type of streaming ability or some way to watch top ladder at the end of the season to get hyped to see who wins, who loses, who makes the top 1,000. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I'm excited for it. Because players like Osama, I can't see him retiring. Why would you retire? This is such a good opportunity. This is what you're waiting for. If you're a player that was really good in the past but wasn't able to get on a pro team and was never able to show him his stuff on the big stage, well, now you have it. This is your opportunity. And right now, Osama looks like he's in a really good situation. Tie this up. Also, I saw 2 people redeemed water. Let's do it. Water. 3, 2, 1. That was good. That goes for everybody. Drink some water. Water's important. Most important thing. And I hate when people say, no, I drink, I don't know, apple juice instead. No, it's not the same. I drink Crystal Light. It's just water with powder. Nah, it's not the same. Conor McGregor vibes. I'm excited. Conor McGregor, I think, is fighting soon, too. Can I get a refund then? Yeah, I can give you a refund, but... or I can just do a 1v1 with you after. Sorry about that. I didn't realize I closed that for a second. Yeah, blame Ali K. Blame Ali K for that. Why did you redeem a 1v1 now? think I got it. I think I got it. I think I did it. I have no idea. Don't redeem a 1v1 again. Don't redeem a 1v1. How and why would you 1v1 in the middle of a casting a big tournament? Easy breezy, exactly, man. Exactly. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. I don't think anything can stop. It's crazy. There's still a lot. This is gonna be a longer day than the other. The last 4 days of the Bren Chong Cup has been about 3 hours. I can see today being about 4 hours. We might have a lot of Clash Royale left. It sucks. We haven't seen as diverse of a deck pool as I was hoping. We've seen a lot of Lava Hound, a lot of Wall Breakers, a lot of Royal Hogs, and a lot of Mortar Graveyard. Sound a little bit of Graveyard Splash Guard, a little bit of Hog EQ, but overall, not the most diverse deck selection. And it's weird. A lot of people like this deck that Yakitori's playing, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. Not the biggest fan of it. But right now, Osama, all he has to do, one thing Osama can do here is instead of going in with a graveyard, he can just play defense. And I could see Osama doing that. He's that type of player that he could just play defense for this next 48 seconds. And right now, all he has to do is play another mortar, exactly, go with probably a hunter or a barb barrel on the right, hunter on the left. That is probably going to be a perfect defense. A couple of Royal Hogs going in, but it's cool. The cannon cart got knocked off his wheels. So instead of the Hogs going on tower, the Hogs went to the cannon cart. That's a small thing. That happens a couple of times in a game. Sometimes it happens to me when I'm using cannon cart in a balloon. It looks like it's going towards tower. Cannon cart breaks off, becomes a building, and the balloon ends up going backwards to the cannon cart. So he ends up going with... I don't like that play at all. Going with the graveyard there could punish Osama. And it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Is able to defend the right side, defends up the left side really, really cleanly. Poison comes in, giving that little bit of chip, a little bit more distance. That's going to be GG. That's going to be well played. Osama wins this. Osama is going to bring this to game number 3, potentially winning the set. And this game, I don't think I gave that game enough hype. That was Osama's last life. Osama's on his last life. Not only that, Yakitori is now on his last life. Whoever wins this has a chance, not a good chance, but a chance nonetheless to get to the regional finals, the Asia regional finals, and getting one step closer to $40,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Yo, CW, yo, what's up, C? How you doing? CD, what's up, what's up, what's up? I'm back, welcome back. How's the Thursday been? What's up, what's up, what's up? There's always streams for end of the season. Yeah, but I wonder if Clash Royale is going to do, or Supercell is going to do, like a dedicated stream now. Or maybe an in-app thing where you can watch it. I have no idea. I always watch Drexen's stream, so I know what you mean. Probably more than 1,000 will be enough because of bans. Yeah, if you get like 1,200, you're probably okay. I can see 200 people getting banned from the top 1,000, maybe even more. Like, they are going to be seriously checking. They are checking if you've ever, not even if like in the past year, but if you ever broken terms and services, or even during the season, if you ever cheated during this, like they're going to do in-depth looks. Do you need 16 to qualify for? Do you need 16, like to be age 16 to qualify for CRL? I think so. I believe so. I like the Mega Knight Pigs variant. I like the Mega Knight Pigs as well. You don't see it. I think we've seen it a couple times. We've seen it a couple times in CRL Asia. I think we've seen it a couple more times in the Europe side too. But it's definitely not the most popular Royal Hog deck right now. By far, the most popular one is going to be with the Bomb Tower. That's an interesting one. So Yakitori, I didn't realize Osama banned Bomb Tower. So I guess Yakitori used the Royal Hog deck because Bomb Tower is really good against it and thought there was an opportunity. But maybe that was a little bit of a bait and switch. Osama going Fisherman, going Inferno Dragon, probably going to be Royal Recruits Lumberloon. And then Yakitori rocking the exact same deck that Osama rocked. Yeah, so Royal Recruits at the bridge, gets in front of the Fisherman. Why angry? Why is Osama angry here? This doesn't seem awful. Oh, it doesn't lock onto the cannon. Yikes. Has to go with the Barb Barrel. Goes with the Electro Spirit too. Unnecessary Electro Spirit, but not going to be the end of the world. Maybe this is a really bad matchup. Take a step back. What? Okay, there's 2 win conditions in Yakitori's deck. It's Mortar. How does he deal with Mortar? Well, he can go with Inferno Dragon, but Yakitori can stop the Inferno Dragon. He's got a lot of options to defend it. Okay, yes, this deck has Archers. That's correct. Archers makes the graveyard at least a little bit better. But if Yakitori's running the Fireball version and not the Poison version, that means the Fireball is going to be able to eliminate those archers instantly. One thing that Osama could do potentially is play archers at the back and split them. So if Yakitori ever does go in with a graveyard, at least he has one archer on the one side. Maybe Yakitori doesn't fireball that, and then Osama can go in on the opposite lane with a lumberjack balloon push. Maybe getting something. I don't know. There's a lot. This matchup is going to be very, very, I guess, not unique. Very, I think, like, winging it. I think there's going to be a lot of... It's not going to be the same as... Remember when we were watching Lciop in Benzer's game? When it was Royal Hogs? It was the Hog Rider EQ versus Royal Hogs Royal Recruits deck. And it seemed like it was the same thing over and over again. It was Benzer going Royal Recruits at the back, or Zappies at the back, building that big push. Lciop was defending, and then... I guess there was... Sometimes Lciop would use the Hog Rider, but more often than not, he would just go with Earthquake, Log, whatever it was. Chip away. I don't think this is going to be that type of deck. I don't think this is going to be that type of game. So splitting archers at the back, yes. I think that's a really, really good play. Not giving your opponent fireball value. It's not in his hand right now, but it's not going to be a big deal. So cannon card at the back for Yakitori. Also, the fireball helps so much with dealing with this balloon. This is going to be... I think this is kind of a very even matchup. So it's going to come down to these players. And I think that's the perfect thing we can have right here. This is going to be really... This balloon's not going to do anything. Hunter's going to be able to take out the balloon. Even if the Hunter did get dealt with, let's say he still had the snowball and used the snowball to knock away the Hunter, Yakitori still has the fireball. Yakitori has answers. Yakitori has answers. Right now, it's tied. 3 minutes has gone by and nothing has happened. But eventually, Yakitori is going to be able to get to a graveyard, and one graveyard could win this entire game. Barbarrel's coming for both players. There is an argument here. So Fireball comes in, Balloon. Oh, I love that Snowball. More Spirit Goblins come in. At least you're getting death damage. Death damage is going to be huge, and that's going to give Osama the lead. It's crazy that death damage takes the lead. Takes the lead for Osama. There's an argument to be made right now. What if Osama just doesn't play Inferno Dragon? Hear me out. What if you don't play Inferno Dragon? Isn't it better to get Archers, Fishermen, Barbarrels, Electro Spirits, cycle back to more Royal Recruits, or play even the... Oh, wait. Did Osama... What happened with Osama's deck? Usually this deck has Lumberjack instead of the Electro Spirit. That's a big difference, too. The reason this deck is so powerful is because of the Lumberjack. The Raged Up Balloon is really hard to deal with, especially behind all these Royal Recruits where you have to sometimes overcommit to defend the Royal Recruits. Fireball comes in. Hunter's going to be able to finish off that Balloon. Death damage comes in. Interesting. I wonder if that was a strategic move or a misplay. I really don't know why Osama has... We did see... Okay, he 100% made a misplay. There had to be a glitch because at the beginning of the game, Osama said wow. He said wow twice. So he realized, he's like, wow, I don't have the right deck. I don't have Lumberjack. I'm playing a Lumber Loon deck without the Lumber. I just have the Loon. I have half a deck. It has Miner or Lumberjack instead of Barbarrel. I swear it has double spells. It always has the Barbarrel and it always has the Snowball. I don't remember it having Electro Spirit. It didn't matter. GG, well played. Osama ended up winning. I would love to message Osama's matchup. I think, yeah, I totally agree with that. I think Osama had a really good matchup. I think it would have even been a better matchup if he had Lumberjack. Chill, it's another popular variant. It is? So there is versions without Lumberjack. I have never seen a Balloon deck without Lumberjack or without Miner. You know what? Maybe you don't need it. Everybody always goes with the Lumberjack. Everybody goes with the Miner. Maybe you don't need it. Maybe Royal Recruits are enough. Maybe just the death damage is enough because we saw that add up very, very quickly. Hey, GG, well played. Osama is still alive. It looks like Yakitori's Bren Chong Cup is probably over. Balloon versus Graveyard. What could have Yakitori done in that matchup? Rich said he will be casting, meaning there might be a stream. Ooh, there might be. That'd be awesome. For the end of the season? Osama disagrees. He's using Yak's deck, but with poison. Oh. What? I took Tori's deck and swapped RH and ES for Balloon and Rage. I've been moving up ladder with it. That's interesting. Okay, so that's very, very similar. Milliken, the deck that you were rocking is very similar to the deck we just saw. Similar-esque. It's kind of a having that little bit of a twist where, like, if your opponent thought, oh, this is going to be Royal, if this is going to be Royal Hogs, Royal Recruits, and having a balloon instead, and especially a Rage, that could work on ladder. You can have that little surprise factor, get a quick tower, and then just defend. And that deck has a lot of defensive tools. Should have won Recruits first play just like Osama does. I'm not a big fan of Recruits first play, but you know what? Sometimes it works. Osama disagrees. He's using Yak deck. Wait, Yakitori was playing Poisons. No, he was playing Fireball. How black? What? How would you even cheat? Like what? Andrew, there's a way you can account share to cheat. You can account share where, like, you can. A big thing with Clash Royale Ladder is playing games and playing a lot of games. So if you can play a lot of games and you share your account with other people, and if you have like a group of people on one account playing a game or playing like non-stop throughout a day, that's frowned upon. The whole gemming, the using like third-party gemming is also frowned upon. Watching stream while Zoom lesson, that's awesome, Ali K. That's awesome. How's the Zoom lesson? Rupert? Yo, what's up, Rupert? What's up? Osama's using a more passive deck. Okay, so he was basically he used a deck that was maybe a little bit more versatile, just to, hey, I guess that was the game. That was the game to potentially push him over into the Bren. That was a make or break game. He was either going to stay in the Bren Chong Cup or he was going to be out of the Bren Chong Cup. So, you know what? I think that was a good move by Osama. And speaking of Osama, I need to do the prediction outcome. Osama, 69% of you guys went with Osama, and you guys are correct. Osama is the winner. I'm excited to see Furkan. Furkan's been crushing it this season, or in the Bren Chong Cup. He's been doing really well. 3-1. Paradox needs to win this. Similar situation to Yakitori and Osama. They were all 1-3. Oyassu as well is 1-3. So if Paradox loses this, or even Oyassu loses one, they are going to be done for. I think right now we already have one that's done. Yakitori will not be joining us in the regional finals, sadly. Yakitori played well though. He played really, really well. All right, let's do another prediction on this. Furkan. And then we got Furkan and Paradox. If you want to do a prediction, if you guys want to predict on who do you think is going to win, if they're going to be Furkan on the top, if it's going to be Paradox on the bottom, win the set, not just the game, because right now, if we're looking, Furkan's really dominating. Really dominating. We haven't been seeing... Finally, we see a little bit of a change up with the deck pool. We're seeing Paradox run a Mega Knight Graveyard deck, but very, very similar deck selections. But there's two ways to look at that. Is it the players are taking this seriously? They want to play decks that are meta, decks that are good, the best decks to give themselves the best chance of winning. This is going to be a hard defense. Can you stop this Royal Giant from getting any hits? Fisherman pulls in the Electro Wizard. Fisherman also pulls in the Royal Giant. Royal Giant gets a shot. Is this the counter push you're looking for? Graveyard probably going to come in. Graveyard comes in. What's the last card? Poison? Yeah, Poison comes in as well. Poison's going to be able to help take out these Zappies, and there's not going to be much else. The Giant Skeleton is going to blow up, taking out the Fisherman. Ewiz survives, but doesn't get much damage. The problem is Furkan, it got a lot closer with that push, but right now Furkan didn't have to go with Fireball. I think he could just go with Royal Giant. Probably going to go with a Graveyard. You're desperate, Paradox. You have to. Yeah, going to go with a Graveyard. Going to go with maybe a... Wow, really good Giant Skeleton. Zappies kept the Mega Knight in spot, keeping the Mega Knight in the bomb of the Giant Skeleton, taking out not only the Mega Knight, but also Fisherman and Hunter. That's going to be GG. That's going to be well played. Very, very well played. Furkan is playing this very, very slow, going with the Spell Cycle route at the end. I don't think he has to. He could just go with Royal Giant. Paradox can't stop a Royal Giant. I guess he could. He has Goblin Cage and Fisherman. He could, but he hasn't been able to. GG, well played. GG, well played. All right, one game away from Paradox losing everything in this Bren Chong Cup. This is not looking good. Saeed, yo, what's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Right after I said he played something very similar. I know, super weird, eh? You said Fireball is better with that deck. Osama rocked a Graveyard Mortar Cannon card deck with Poison. like on ladder? I was just saying on ladder. I think it's a little bit better right now. The Fireball version on ladder is a little bit better. In ladder, Fireball, but comp, Poison. It's hard to say comp because I don't think you can just be like, hey, this is better in competitive. I think competitive, you have to say, like, is it better against someone's deck pool? Where I think Fireball, if you're playing against someone that, I don't know, it really depends on the person. On ladder, I find that Fireball, just with the meta that we're in, there's a lot of barbs, a lot of Lava Hound, which means there's a lot of barbs, and the Fireball is really good against the barbs. The Fireball really helps with the bridge span matchup as well. And then also, I guess, though, why would you use Poison over Fireball? Maybe for Graveyard matchup, but I don't even play that much Graveyard on ladder anymore. Graveyard really doesn't look as... Graveyard's really not as popular. It took a huge hit with that nerf, maybe too much of a hit. Some people still say the Graveyard needs another nerf, which is crazy. I wonder if they will ban for ties. No, they can't. I don't think they'll ban for ties. There's nothing. Tie trading isn't illegal. I don't think it's against TOS, so they won't get banned. I looked at Sandbox's tweet, and apparently he has 54,000 gems. 54,000? Really? I have like 500, maybe. I might have 54. How does he have so much? Sebas, thank you so much for the follow, by the way. Welcome to the Cash fam. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry I'm late. I didn't get the notification for some reason. Yo, Guardian Michael, no worries. Good morning. How are you doing today? Check Twitter for Keek. A Keek? What the heck is a Keek? Furkan wins this now? Yeah, why didn't he play his building? I don't think it mattered. I don't think it mattered. A lot of times when you see a player not play a certain card, wow, really good start, and Paradox is not happy. That's an annoying play. That's an annoying play. I hate when someone goes win condition right away, instantly, right when they get into a game, because a lot of times you or your opponent hasn't loaded into the game yet, and you have to react instantly. Sometimes you haven't even looked at your hand, and there's already a Hog Rider coming at you, and you play the Hunter, and maybe you should have played the Fisherman or the Goblin Cage, whatever it was. It's that's an annoying play, very annoying play. I feel the frustration for Paradox. But yeah, going back to what I was saying before, was when you see someone not play a card in a certain matchup, usually it means that they know the matchup really, really well. They've played the matchup, they realize this card doesn't bring enough value in this matchup, and I'd rather use other cards that get more value and cycle to the other cards that give me a lot of value. That's how at least I look at it. I think it shows confidence in the matchup. Zappy's at Lake and buy Fisherman. Zappy's at Lake and buy Fisherman. Yeah, the Fisherman... The Fisherman used to be really, really good against the Royal Giant, being able to pull in the middle, but ever since people have learned how to stop that, Fisherman on defense against the Royal Giant is pretty much useless. Either your stream is delayed or you read our messages like 5 minutes later. It's definitely the 5 minutes later. I fell behind a lot on stream when I was watching the Osama and Yakitori match. I don't think I looked at chat. I didn't look at chat, and I think I fell a little bit behind. I wish on chat it showed a little timestamp, so I know how long ago. Actually, wait, I think it does on Twitch. But on Streamlabs OBS, it doesn't show the timestamp. So, like, I look at messages, and I don't know if it was from 10 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, maybe a year ago. It's only also better in supporting your own graveyard, right? Your graveyard cannon card deck at least. It depends. Better as in, like, it's better. It's against bait decks. It can be harder just to get the entire Goblin Gang, the entire Bat, the entire Skarmy, but against a deck like with Hunter, a deck with Archers, a deck with I think like sometimes it might be harder to get. Like if you look at the radius of a Fireball, it's a lot smaller. A lot of times with Poison, if a player plays, I don't know, a Magic Archer low, and let's say an E-Wiz high to deal with a Graveyard, you can just go with one Poison and deal with both of those. Where with Fireball, you'd only be able to hit the Magic Archer or the E-Wiz. You would have to pick and choose. So that can get kind of awkward. And speaking of awkward, Paradox has to do something right now. Maybe this balloon gets on tower. Hunter comes down. That's going to be a clean defense. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Furkan is playing really, 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 really well. He is proving himself. Proving himself against some of the best, too. Wait, what happened? What do you mean what happened? They need to put a countdown at the start of matches to stop the rushing before games in BS. Yeah, Kaiser Sosa, I would like that too. I would like it if a game didn't start when you loaded in. Maybe it gave you like 5 seconds to breathe. Maybe like 5 seconds to load in. Maybe you load in and there's 3 seconds left and you have 3 seconds to like just chill. Only YouTube shows timestamps, I think. Yeah, I don't know if Twitch does. I just use Streamlabs OBS, and the chat's on Streamlabs OBS. Rip Hunter, I still think Paradox's matchup. Paradox has a lot of answers, but he's just so far behind where I don't know if he can come back from it. I think the annoying thing is these bats. Wall breakers on the left. Yeah, so it's hard. The bats, he has to snowball the bats, but you also want to snowball the Hunter as well. That's the problem with the Royal Delivery. It's a really good card on defense, but it doesn't help you a lot on offense. Maybe he could have went with a high Hunter there to deal with the bats. This is gonna be GG well played. GG well played. Paradox has gotten to that point where he's getting desperate. Hunter's gonna clean up this balloon. Okay, balloon got close, but no, not gonna be enough. Wallbreakers come in. GG well played. Almost fireball. There it is. GG well played. Furkan beats Paradox, and that means Paradox is Bren Chong Cup 2 career is. This is it. The curtains are closed. Now we have Paradox and Yakitori, 2 players that are not going to be making it to the regional finals. We'll see what other two join. Right now, I don't think it's going to be Furkan. You know what's crazy? If Jack loses this next game, it could potentially be Jack. It could be Jack, which is crazy. He ain't good enough to win it. Liam, you really hate Paradox, eh? Choose prediction. I believe the next one's Lciop. Who won? Furkan. Yeah, Furkan won. I believe the next match is Lciop and Jack, and I'm really excited for this match. I wonder if there's anybody that can take out Lciop, give him that first loss. It is going to be Jack. I think Jack has probably the highest chance to do so, and Jack can't really lose. I think he's 2-2 right now. One more loss, and Jack is getting on a little bit thin ice. It's getting a little sketchy. Yeah, it is Jack and Lciop. Oh, baby. Here we go. Who will win? We got Lciop on the top. Lciop. And then we got Jack on the bottom. So both using minor wall breakers. Lciop's probably using Magic Archer, though. He keeps using Magic Archer Tornado instead of the traditional one. Jack's probably going traditional with Spear Goblins, Bats. Very quick cycle. Yeah, Magic Archer. Ooh, he's going with the cannon cart instead. Interesting. So Jack doesn't have a tower. He's going to go with the cannon cart instead of the bomb tower, I believe. Unless he has a tower as well, and he's maybe getting rid of the Hunter. But no, most likely instead of the bomb tower, he has the cannon cart. So we got cannon cart, he's got Hunter. That's a lock. Oh, I'm behind. I was looking. Oh, that's hilarious. I was watching my stream. I was super behind. When I did the predictions, I was on my Twitch. I was watching my Twitch feed, and I was behind by at least how far was I behind? Behind by 5 seconds. So I saw the cannon lock, but it already locked like 5 seconds ago. So that audio is not gonna link up. That's my bad. That is my bad. Also, Lciop kind of threw there. Don't really know what happened. A player that I was talking so very highly about, being undefeated, playing phenomenally, playing different decks and playing different decks flawlessly. Jack kind of worked Lciop. That's rough. Hey, this game is not over. There's still 1 minute and 20 seconds left, but Jack, all he has to do is just keep putting pressure on this right side, and he gets the lock with the... Oh, I'm watching the late thing again. Why do I keep doing this? I was watching the late thing again. I was watching my stream on Twitch again. I was 5 seconds off. Long story short, this game's over. Right now, Lciop, what he has to do, he has to think about the next game. He has to think about the next game. This is a problem because it's hard to get an advantage against Jack. Yes, Jack most likely will be playing a cycle deck. Jack really prefers these cycle decks. But it doesn't mean he's going to play a cycle deck. I guess Lciop's in an okay situation. He is so far ahead. Right now, he is 4-0. So going 4-1 is still a really, really solid record. But all these players are competitive. They don't want to lose. Cannon cart Hunter, cannon lock. Yeah, that is GG well played. I don't know what happened there. I would have to rewatch it. I was too busy setting up the prediction. That's why I hate these predictions. I always miss stuff. Chipped his way back, got destroyed. Yeah, you know what? That's what the cannon card does. I talk about the cannon card being my favorite card, and the reason why is it's really good on defense. I think it's just funny looking. It's this little cannon moving around. Like, is it sentient? Is it remote control? How is it moving? These are the questions that keep me up at night. But the cards also can be a win condition. You see it a lot more as a win condition in bridge spam decks where you can, if your opponent doesn't have anything to pick it up, doesn't have a knight in cycle, doesn't have a building in cycle, doesn't have skeletons, whatever it is, if the cannon cart gets a lock, that tower is pretty much gone. Not what I was expecting. In a matchup against Lciop and Jack, I was expecting this to be a little bit more competitive, but one mistake. Jack smelt blood in the water and he went shark mode and just ate some Lciop for breakfast. Lciop playing like a potato right now. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they made a bet. Maybe, well, Jack is in a situation where he needs a win. Lciop is in a situation where he already qualified. Maybe they made it a little side deal, and Lciop was like, hey, give me $20 and I'll throw for you and you'll get a free win. And maybe Jack was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Okay, I don't think that happened. I'm just from what happened that last game, I could... If this was a comedy, if this was a sitcom, maybe, but no, that is not. Don't think that's happening. I don't think any of these players would ever do that. Cannon cart is strong. Cannon cart's really, really good. Cannon cart's cool. And not only it's cool to see cannon cart appear in a lot of different archetypes. We haven't seen cannon cart in Lava Hound, but you've seen cannon cart appear in golem decks, graveyard decks, bait decks. It's really good. Mortar, it's really versatile. The only deck you don't see cannon cart in is probably Lava Hound. Lava Hound, maybe Hogs like cycle decks. You don't really see it in cycle decks just because it's not a cycle card. I'll do the predictions for you. You're a local fanboy. Let's do it. The predictions aren't bad as long as I do them quick enough and as long as I remember to change the screen. I'm just tired. My brain feels fried today. I didn't have a good sleep last night. I had a weird dream where I thought I slept through this amazing competition and I missed all this action. I missed Lciop getting slapped by Jack in the first game. And I woke up at 5. I set my alarm for 6, went back to bed for an hour. And I think that, like, when you go back to bed, I think that just totally screws over your sleep. Wallbreaker Minor Cycle, it's there. Oh, yeah, I guess it's in Minor Wallbreaker Cycle. You're right. So it isn't cycle decks. That's crazy. So the only deck it's not in would be Lava Hound because it's in clone too. You see it in clone decks. Is Cannon Cart the best card in the game? What a time to be alive. That's what I say every time. Every time I wake up. What a time to be alive. That's what I say every time I go outside in the snow. I live in Canada, so it's very, very chilly, very, very cold outside. I'm jealous. Anybody watching from Australia, maybe someplace warm, wherever in the world it's warm, I'm jealous of you. Let's switch places. You can live in Canada in the cold. Is it in Hog decks? It's in Royal Hog decks, but I've never seen it in like a Hog Rider deck. I don't think so. Hog Rider. Has it been in like Lumberloon? Or just balloon decks in general? I don't know. So Jack going with Minor Wall Breakers again. It looks like Lciop's going with the Royal Giant Skeleton deck. He's been rocking this a lot. Wow, that's a ballsy state. Wow, it was right. Oh my gosh. I saw Hunter and Barbell. I was like, oh, this is Royal Giant Skeleton or Giant Skeleton. But at the end of the day, it could be a lot of other decks. There's a lot of decks that run Hunter and Barbell. So bold prediction, but correct for once. That's awesome. Fisherman's gonna be able to pull the Minor. And I'm gonna go with, if Jack doesn't have a tower, if he just has the cannon cart and if he just has the Hunter, this is gonna be really awkward. This is a really good matchup for Lciop, I believe. Because no building for Jack is going to make this a little bit tricky. So right now, Hunter on the right side, you could technically support this. I think this is a very... You could go Royal Giant on the left or right. You could. But you know what? Lciop's saying, no, he's more patient than I am. He only has like cannon cart and knight. That's not a lot of DPS. Not a ton of DPS. Maybe he's trying to find the right push, and maybe this is it. Supporting with the Fisherman, so now the Fisherman's going to be able to... Whoa! Does Jack know? Does Jack know the future? Okay, so we've seen Lciop play this deck a lot. He really, really likes this Royal Giant deck. So did Jack predict that he was going to play this Royal Giant deck, switch the cannon cart for the bomb tower? But it's weird because the cannon cart won him the last game, had multiple connections on both the left and right side tower. It's weird to kick the MVP of the last game out for bomb tower, but that was the perfect decision. Most likely Lciop is using Fireball instead of Earthquake. We did see him use Earthquake actually earlier today. But a lot of players, a lot of these pro players in the Bren Chong Cup have been going for, oh, trading cards bad. Yo, Drewfish, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Interesting, then. Interesting, 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 interesting. Maybe Lciop was thinking Jack wouldn't even play minor wall breakers, but I don't know. Minor wall breakers. In the hands of Jack, there's not many better players at minor wall breakers. He makes it look so easy. He makes it look really, really easy. And right now, a little bit behind, but Hunter up high, Bomb Tower is going to be more than enough to deal with this Royal Giant. Miner's going to go to the back. No, it's going to go to the left side. Gets a couple of shots. The Zap is going to reset the Miner. No, it's still going to town on the tower. Gets a couple of chip shots, plus the Hunter gets the shot on the tower. That's a huge shot. Going with the Earthquake early, too. He wasn't even at max elixir yet. Going with the Earthquake, I like it. Chip, chip, chipping away. This is getting very, very close. Royal Giant on the right side, big push on the left side. I like that idea a lot. I like that idea, splitting up your push. Is that Giant Skeleton on tower? Giant Skeleton was on tower. Uh-oh, that's a big misplay. That is a giant miss. You get it? Because he's a Giant Skeleton. That was bad. Well, this is going to be GG, well played. I think Lciop's going to tie up this set, and we are going to go to game number 3. And it's all tied up. The bad play of Lciop in the first game is totally just erased. Fixes it with this great gameplay here. A couple of Earthquake chips coming in, but all you need is one more Fireball from Lciop, which is coming out right now. GG, well played. We're going to game number 3, and let's see if Jack can finally give Lciop a loss, because right now, if you look, 5-0? Was there a game played off stream? Give me a sec. I gotta check if there's a game played off stream. So Osama and Paradox is going to be played off stream, but supposedly that's it. I didn't realize Lciop was 5-0. So Lciop's definitely made it through. He threw, yeah, he was in a really good situation too. I liked what Jack was doing. Jack was doing he was being very aggressive, really switching up his minor spots and always getting that value. He was going aggressive with the Earthquake, but he was always still getting a little bit of value, getting always like a unit, a Giant Skeleton, a Fisherman, Zappies within the Earthquake radius. It's not a lot of damage, but I still do think it matters. Last card will be Delivery. What was the last card? I don't even remember. He got the card to make the RG push work, though. EQ, Fishbite. Okay, never mind. EQ, never mind. I still think Jack had a really good matchup there. It's just, I like that play. A lot of players, the whole idea of that deck is to go Giant Skeleton and then go with the Royal Giant behind the Giant Skeleton. But if you're going up against the Bomb Tower, which has splash damage, if you went Royal Giant behind the Giant Skeleton, which there was already a Fisherman and Zappies there, that's a lot of value for that Bomb Tower. And it would be a lot easier for Jack to clean up. So instead, Lciop goes with the Royal Giant on the right side, making it a little bit more awkward for Jack to defend. He had to spread out his resources instead of using it all on one lane. Not only that, but the lane he's going to go for eventually. And I think Lciop smelt a little bit of blood in the water, and he went with another Giant Skeleton at the bridge, but it didn't even matter. The first Giant Skeleton actually got on tower, which is crazy. I think that's the first Giant Skeleton we've seen on tower, other than the one... What was the one game yesterday where... Was it Moogie that just forgot about the Giant Skeleton on his tower? Was it Rad? Who was it? There was one player where we were watching. He was so close to winning on the left side, and then ended up losing his right side tower because he forgot to defend a Giant Skeleton. Also, Greg, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Cash Fam. How you doing? So $20 deal, huh? I don't know about that 20. I totally made that up. If that actually was a real thing, that'd be very, very funny. So Jack, I said this earlier, usually uses cycle decks, but you know what? Maybe he's mixing it up. Both players might be going to the beatdown route. If they're going beatdown, it could be a mirror match with Lava Hound. Both of these players do play Lava Miner. I can't see, maybe Electro Giant. We haven't seen Electro Giant today, but we've seen a lot of it in the past. Electro Giant, Lava Miner, those are probably going to be the two decks if we see decks more on the heavier side. Maybe Jack is running Splash Yard. We saw Jack run Splash Yard earlier today, and that's a deck that you were okay with waiting till double elixir. So Splash Yard, Electro Giant, Lava Miner could be the decks. I don't know if you'd ever wait till double elixir with the Royal Giant deck, the Royal Giant Giant Skeleton. Maybe Lciop runs it back, maybe, but we're not going to see Golem. We're not going to see Golem. Sadly, we're not. Lava Hound, so Lava Miner coming out for Jack. and we got balloons, or bomb tower. Bomb tower, what could that mean? It wouldn't be Hoggy Q, so it's going to be Splash Yard. So it is going to be Splash Yard, it is going to be Lava Miner. No, oh, no, okay, no, it's not going to be maybe Electro Giant with Bomb Tower instead of Goblin Cage. No, it is going to be Splash Yard, it is going to be Lava Hound. We saw Lciop already play this matchup in the last set against... Who do you play in the last set? I can't remember. But Lciop was able to win. He was able to win and able to win very, very flawlessly. Just these defenses. And not only that, but he won before with the Goblin Cage. And I think the Bomb Tower just adds so much more defensive capabilities with this deck. Goblin Cage, yes, it's a solid tank. Yes, you can use the Goblin Brawler to distract your opponent's units. But you can use the Bomb Tower to distract. And then also the death damage of the bomb can be used to help deal with some of the units. It's not going to be able to deal with the pups, but it deals a little bit of damage, well, with the help of the Ice Wizard, it takes out the Skeleton Dragons, and that's another solid defense. Eventually, Lciop's probably going to go with a Graveyard. He just has to figure out when. When will he go with the Graveyard? Will he wait for a big counter push? Will he go in maybe opposite lane when Jack goes with a Lava Hound at the back? He has to figure that out, when to go Graveyard. Poison, bad poison. Does it miss the... Never mind, it doesn't miss the Flying Machine. Gets the Flying Machine, gets the Mega Minion, and gets the Lava Hound. Very, very good Flying Machine. Or very, very good poison on the Flying Machine. Lciop's got to figure out... Right now, he's doing a really good job on defense. Gets the King Tower activation as well, but he's got to figure out... He only has 1 minute and 15 seconds left. He has to do some offense, and he goes with a naked Graveyard. Nothing tanking for the Graveyard. Nothing at all. Maybe hoping for some chip? Poison comes in as well. Interesting. Okay, so the Flying Machine should survive too. And the Mega Minion survives. What is Lciop doing? This is going to be a big push. Maybe he doesn't really care and he thinks the Bomb Tower is going to be able to clean up everything. But that... Okay, solid defense again, but still, Lciop, you got to go in. And I don't think naked Graveyards are going to win. So there, he's going to go Graveyard on the left side with the Barbarian Barrel and Poison. Barbs are going to be really good. It's weird because you knew Jack's last card was Barbarians. A lot of times against Barbarians, you want to go with the Graveyard 1 tile over, 1 tile to the right, or if you're doing it on the right side, 1 tile to the left. So more skeletons spawn on the opposite side of the Barbarians, and usually you get about an extra 100 damage because of that. Lciop didn't do that, and that, I don't think it's going to cost them. It's crazy because we saw Lciop dominate this matchup before, and now maybe Jack just knows this matchup a little bit better as the Lava Hound player because he is dominating. Absolutely dominating. 5 seconds left. That's going to be GG. Well played. Jack gives Lciop his first loss. Well played. That was flawless. That was perfect. That was perfect. I think that what Jack did there was really good was he put continuous pressure on. He always put pressure on. He always made it awkward for Lciop, but he also he spread out his units very, very well. So the poison value wasn't the best for Lciop. There were difficult poison decisions, and if he did want to poison, a lot of times you'd have to use his tornado to pull the units into the poison. I think that was well played. I think that was really, really well played. Simple, morning, good morning. How you doing? Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. How you doing today? How's the day been? Exciting gameplay. No, the gameplay today has been wild. And I think tomorrow, the next day, and the next day are all going to be wild gameplay because now this is the games where people start getting eliminated. This is where people get eliminated for wins, for losses, for everything in between. Oh. Prime, man. Means the world. 7 months. Much love, man. Much love. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great day. Shadow Mystic. Oh, I didn't realize you were here. Yo, what's up, man? What's up? Morning. Bomb Tower is the weakest defense. Its DPS and Death Bomb does less damage than any other defensive building. Bomb Tower is the weakest defense. Raven, I don't agree. I think Bomb Tower is the strongest card in the game. One of the strongest cards in the game right now, especially on defense. It's like Bomb Tower is so strong where you can go Royal Hog, which is 5 elixir, and use an Earthquake, which is 3 elixir, so total of 8. And a Bomb Tower can totally stop it. Can still totally stop it for 4 elixir. There's not a lot of buildings that can do that. Bomb Tower is probably the strongest building in the game. That's why you see it so much in Clash Royale. I think the 2 strongest buildings by far are Goblin Cage, which we're seeing right now, and then Bomb Tower. Bomb Tower we won't see in this matchup. We got Royal Giant Cycle. Oh, Oyassu's a Cycle player, so it's probably not the RG Skeleton or Giant Skeleton. It's probably Cycle version. Going with the Fisherman, going with the Hunter, going with a lot of cheap cards. Basically just trying to get... Ooh, Electro Wizard as well. So he's going for the Electro Wizard, Hunter, Fisherman. Probably going to go with the Fireball as well. Bar Barrel or Log probably doesn't matter too much. Also, Sandy, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Cash fam. This is interesting because Yakitori is in a situation where I think Yakitori is already out. If you look, Yakitori, he won the first game, but since then he has lost every single game. So right now he's 1-4, where Oyassu potentially could start making his comeback. Right now he's 1-3. Oh my gosh, it's the first time we're seeing Golem. We're seeing Golem, and this is what I'm saying. Yakitori, he's done. His Bren Chong Cup is over. He still has 2 more games. Well, he has this one and 1 more. Maybe he doesn't really care. Maybe he's trying some new decks out, and I love it. Great Tornado, pulling the Fisherman closer to the Royal Giant, or closer to the Golem, so the Golem doesn't get pulled to the King Tower and activates King Tower. Flawless, 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 flawless gameplay. Flawless Golem gameplay, may I add. That's funny. Frig Day coming soon. Frig Day. It just sounds nasty. Why does Frig Day... How did Frig Day just make Friday sound bad? Did you clean your mug yesterday, or did you just reuse it? No, yesterday I used a different mug. This was in the wash yesterday, but also Chewbacca cheers. I think yesterday I used my Kashman mug, the one that my mom got me for Christmas. I think. Jack needs either Furkan, Bender, or Osama to choke and win the next game. I think Jack pretty much has this in the bag. Because right now it looks like Paradox is out, Yakitori is out, Oyasu's most likely out. And then, ooh, you're right. It could get kind of sketchy. That 5th spot could be anybody. It could be anybody. What is Oyasu's record? Oyassu right now is 1-3. So if he wins, he's going to be 2-3. But... Lag? Oh, wait, am I lagging? No, 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 no. Am I lagging? Can you guys see me? We had technical issues one of the streams, and I really don't want that to happen again. I think it was on my end. So pro, bro. You're going to give me a heart attack, man. You're stressing me out. Sherman, how's the cup? Hey, Cash, what's up? How's the cup going? It's going good. Sherman, it's going great. A lot of crazy games. Drewfish, thank you so much for the water, by the way. Gotta stay hydrated. But the cup's good. A lot of crazy games. Not the most diverse decks. A lot of really close games. A lot of misplays. A lot of upsets. A lot of great Clash Royale. A lot of great Clash Royale. We're seeing some crazy decks. Now we're gonna see a lot of players that are out of the tournament, I think, play some insane decks. Insane decks. Like we just saw Yakitori play Golem. How crazy would it be if Yakitori comes out with Elixir Golem? I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think there's any deck right now that is off limits. Maybe he goes Balloon Graveyard. I don't know. We don't know. Why is he so behind on chat? I don't think I should be that far behind. Oh, Yasu's 2-3 right now. Oh, did him and Paradox play off stream? I think they were supposed to. I don't know who won that match. If Oyasu's 2-3, this is going to be a lot closer. Madi, no lag for me. Perfect. All good. Perfect. You see James Harden to the Nets. I call GG. Man, that's such a circus of a trade. I think the Raps should have got on it. The Cavaliers, I think they sent over like a 2nd or a 1st round pick, and they ended up getting Jared Allen and Torian Prince out of the deal. The Raptors should have done that. The Cavs have like 4 big men. They don't need more big guys, where the Raptors have no big guys. We've been playing small ball because none of our big guys can play basketball. I would have loved if we got Jared Allen. That would have been legit. But yeah, that's a circus. The Nets getting James Harden, it doesn't sound good to me. They lost all their depth. Not as much as I thought. They still have a couple of decent players on that team. They got TLC. They got Shamit. They got Joe Harris. They got DeAndre Jordan. But now their bigs are really lacking. Other than DeAndre Jordan, who are they going to play? Claxton? Yeah, it's an interesting trade. I don't know. I think the winner is Houston by far. Houston got so many picks. So many picks. 8 first-round picks in the next 8 years? That's crazy. That's crazy. That seems awesome. That seems really good. I don't know. It's a circus. The NBA is a circus. I don't even think it's going to pay off. Kyrie's not even with the team. Deshaun Watson for the 49ers. Who? RK, yo, what's up, RK? What's up, what's up, what's up? Oyassu, 2.1 incoming. No, 2.1 cycle? Oh my gosh, we got spell cycle. I called it. I called it. Yakitori has gotten to the point where he does not care about life. He does not care. He's like, I'll play whatever. I'll play Golem, and then I'm playing spell cycle. I'm going to play spell cycle. That's awesome. That's awesome. Predictions. I'm not going to do predictions. I didn't do it in time for the first game, so we'll just do it for the next one. Yo, Rocket EQ. Yeah, we got spell cycle, baby. This deck is all about defense, 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 and then just yeet. All you have to do is just keep eating earthquakes. Earthquake, earthquake, earthquake. This is actually not a bad matchup. I don't think this is a bad matchup. Because like what Yakitori can do right now is he can make a little base, a little Clash of Clans base, play a couple of Teslas, play some Ice Wizards and Knights, going for the Rocket. Interesting. I think that might be a little overcommit. Sure, we're going into double elixir, but this might be a hard push. If Yakitori isn't able to defend this is gonna be because of the Rocket. But let's see. Let's see. So Tesla's probably going to come down as well. Ice Wizard as well is going to be able to slow. Is he not going to? You know what? He doesn't actually have to go for Tesla. He doesn't have to go for Tesla at all. The left side tower is his weak one. He can take a couple of Royal Giant shots. Really well played. So now he has the Tesla for this Royal Giant. That was a Trojan Horse Royal Giant. He never even cared about that Royal Giant. How could he? How could he? So Tesla is going to town. It's nice because the Ice Wizard slows the movement speed of the Royal Giant, but it also slows the attack speed, making the Tesla stay alive longer, deal more damage, and that's such an easy cleanup. This is going to hurt. If Oyassu loses this, most likely he's done for the Bren Chong Cup. Is that on my side? I don't know whose side that was on. Hey, do you have a pet? Yeah, I do. Yo, Shantanu. I have a little dog. I got a little dog. A little dog named Morty. He's a I think we think he's like a Chihuahua wiener dog. He's an adorable little guy. I can't wait. Whenever I go upstairs after these streams, I think he forgets that I exist, and he sees me, and he's like all excited. He starts freaking out. He starts going crazy. It's adorable. Funny enough, actually, my girlfriend, I said this on stream yesterday. I did a short stream yesterday. It was only 2 hours, just because it was my girlfriend's sister's birthday, and we wished her happy birthday. But for her birthday, she ended up getting a dog. They got a dog on, and they got a dog incoming. I don't even know what the mix. It's a Shih Tzu, Poodle, Jack Russell Terrier, and a Bull Terrier mix. But it's a little like 8-week-old puppy, and they're gonna call it Chili, I think. And so they're gonna get it. They're gonna scoop it up today. Yeah, what about you, Shantanu? Do you have any pets? Also, speaking of pets, this is not good. That Fishman on the right side is going to deal a decent amount of damage and potentially take the lead. This Royal Giant on the left side will. Fireball comes in, gets a decent amount of chip damage. This is interesting. Because Oyassu, right now, I wonder if he's stressed. Right now, he has to play this slow. Do exactly what he did. Go for the double Royal Giant. He has to go Royal Giant. Okay, he's not going Royal Giant at the back. I would love for Oyassu, he has a lot of time to work. So he's going to go Royal Giant, not at the back, but relatively at the back. So he has to go Royal Giant on the right, cycle back to another Royal Giant, go Royal Giant on the left. So Rocket comes in, a lot of value with that E-Wiz. Is that on my side, or is that... I don't know if that's on my side. Hopefully that's not on my side. I think it might be on my side. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Please, no, not like this. Not like this. I can't even see what the towers are at. Cash, get some new Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is usually good. Recently, it's been sucking. I'm so rich, 18,000 channel points. Wow, Ali K, you are vibing. This is not looking good, like quality-wise. Also not looking good for Oyassu. Earthquake comes in, Rocket comes in. That's going to be GG well played. Oyassu just lost the spell cycle. That's probably the most painful deck to lose to. Oyassu kind of trolling at the moment. Not sure why he's giving Rocket value in the back. Yeah, I don't know either. That Electro Wizard seemed really sus. Really, really sus. Can we get back to some good quality? Can we get back to that 720p? Can we afford 720p? No, Canadian Wi-Fi, we can't do it. Okay, there we go. So Yakitori wins. Too bad he's winning now, because this is his little adventure is already, his Bren Chong Cup adventure is already done. Did I miss something about Travel? Yo, Cash, I lost my travel card, so I'm stranded in the middle of nowhere. At least I got your stream. What? Tamer, what? You lost your passport? That's the clean feed. Wait, the clean feed? Wait, is it me or the clean feed? I thought it was me. I'm pretty sure it might be me. I lost my bus/train card. Oh, okay, that's not bad. I thought you lost your passport and you're stuck in the middle of another country. That's not too bad. Wait, if you lost your bus card, can't you just pay for the bus? Isn't the bus like $2? The triple spell deck, Yakitori uses OP. Yeah, didn't Morden make a YouTube video recently getting #1 with that deck? So right now, all these people with 4s, Paradox, Oyassu, Yakitori, they're done. Now, this is a battle of these guys. And I didn't realize Osama actually is 3-2, Furkan 3-2, Benzer 3-2, one person there, 3-3. His name's Jack. This is weird because Jack might get eliminated. This is the worst situation for Jack to be in because now the future of Jack relies on the other players. Other players have to lose. Jack has to win. First off, Jack has to win, which is that's one thing. Step 1, Jack wins his next game. He's gonna be 4-3. Then you have to work. You have to either win off win percentage, which I don't know. That'll depend on how the other games turn out with other players. But it's always stressful having to qualify depending on what other players do. You want to have the ball in your court. That's a basketball reference, but it doesn't seem like it works in this situation. You want to be able to, I guess, have your own fate, your own destiny. You want to control that. You want to be able to win or lose and determine if you get through. Well, right now, not only does he have to win, Jack also has to see what happens here. And what would be the best situation? I don't think it matters for Jack. I don't think it matters. He would love if Paradox beats Osama in the next game, but here, both of these players are 3-2. Benzer has been playing really, really well. He did lose to Lciop today, and he did lose to Lciop 2-0, so, and it wasn't good, too. Lciop destroyed. But Benzer, it's so weird, because Benzer beat Jack, and then Lciop destroys Benzer, but then Jack, I guess, didn't destroy Lciop, but Jack beats Lciop. This little triangle, the little triangle is interesting. Very, very interesting. GG Rage, hey, can you help me make a deck? I cannot help you make a deck right now. I gotta turn off channel points for these casting things. I remember one time winning against Osama. That was an insane game for me. That's awesome. Osama's a really, really good player. Is it just me or is Cash Stream frozen? Oh, no, 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 no. Guys, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Also, I can do a prediction real quick. Let's do who will win. We got Furkan on the top. And then we got Benzer on the bottom. Okay, perfect. Predictions are in. If you want to use your channel points and predict who do you think is going to win, is it going to be Furkan or if it's going to be Benzer, you can do that now. And you have a minute to do so. Interesting. We got a little bit of a graveyard off. We got the graveyard freeze versus the graveyard poison. Pretty much the only two graveyard. It's a lie. I was going to say only two graveyard, but now we're seeing mortar graveyard being very, very popular. Very, very popular. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. I don't know who's going to win. I'm liking Furkan's situation. If he can somehow bait out these poisons and then just get a nice graveyard freeze out there. Even with these tornadoes as well, getting a lot of value with the tornado, pulling units into the tower, getting shots with the bowler, the baby dragon, the ice wizard, splash shots where it hits not only the units but also the tower. There's a lot of ways that Furkan can be really creative with this deck, and that's what he's going to have to do to beat Benzer in this graveyard battle to the death. 169 viewers, nice. 69. I redeemed 10k. Yeah, but you're doing it in the worst time ever. The worst. I hate you, GG Rage. I hate you. Definitely one of the things it is that Asia. Wait, definitely one thing about it in Asia, players definitely win the best hair award. Yes, that's true. That is true. Best hair, best Clash Royale, best hair, best groups, everything. Then on your next ladder stream, yes, GG Rage, 100%. I'll help you in your next ladder stream, no problemo. Cash, when are you going for top #1? #1, that's too easy. No, I'm going for CRL, baby. I'm going for #1 in CRL World Finals. And if I don't, I'll shave my head. No, that's not happening. That's not happening. I think I can get top 1,000 though this season. I think Kashman, the Cash fam, can make it. Y'all, do you have Amazon Prime? If you do, free sub to Kashman. Oh, baby. Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime, all that stuff. Link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account. Possible things. Support the stream, you know, live the dream. You get infinite luck forever. All the luck ever. This is interesting, because right now Furkan has the lead. Furkan has the lead, but there's still a lot of time to work. Getting into triple elixir in 12 seconds, I still like Furkan's situation. The problem is, if you look at the spell, the game is close, and if you're looking at the spells, there it is. Okay, so spell power, Benzer has a little bit of a lead. He can use spells, and he can do a little bit more damage than the freeze and the tornado compared to Furkan. Let's say they had perfect defense. Problem is, he's going to have to use the poison on defense, which means he's not going to be able to support this graveyard on the left side with the poison. So now he's going to have to poison on defense again, most likely. But if he doesn't, now he might have a chance to go in. This might be a chance, but the problem is, not poisoning, this is where you're going to lose your tower. GG, well played. Very awkward situation. Not losing it. Wait a second. There's a little bit of life. Graveyard on the right side. Graveyard on the right side. No, Furkan's going in right now. Going graveyard on the left side for Benzer. Right up just side for Furkan. That's going to be GG. That's going to be well played. All he needs is one skeleton to spawn on the left side. There's the little Larry. GG, well played. Furkan wins the graveyard off. Yeah, that seems like a hard matchup. Seems like a hard matchup. The problem is there's three things that Benzer wants to use his poison on. He wants to use his poison on defense against the graveyard. He wants to use his poison on the tower to get a little bit of chip damage, but he also wants to use his poison to deal with the big clumps of units that Furkan makes. The Valkyrie stacked on the Inferno Dragon, stacked on the Bowler, stacked on the Baby Dragon. That's very tempting to poison, but if you poison that, not all those units die in a poison, and then the graveyard, especially if it's combined with the freeze, it's really annoying to deal with. Only having the Barb Barrel, having the Tornado, a couple of splash units with the Baby Dragon, the Ice Wizard, you can't really defend it perfectly. Matchup Royale, hard counters, yeah, that's, is that a hard counter? It seems like it. It seems like a really hard matchup. But still, GG's. I believe that E-Barb's Rage will be summoned. There's no way. If Yakitori brings out E-Barb's Rage, or Paradox maybe next game brings out E-Barb's Rage, that'd be hilarious. You might as well. You're out. You might as well have some fun. Everyone shouted gambling junkies. That's hilarious. Hey, you gotta make those channel points somehow. I redeemed water. Hopefully he drinks it. He looks dehydrated. I'm not dehydrated. I gotta go to the washroom. Can't keep drinking this water because I gotta go pee. Nice bet. All my 720 points and paid off. It's going to be, it's not just for one game, it's for the predictions for the entire set. So right now, if you bet on Furkan, really good situation. But if you bet on Benzer Ridel, you're not done. You're not done. That's 70-30, Furkan easy. Yeah, I can see that too. After just even speaking about it, talking about it, it seemed pretty good. So now we've seen this matchup a couple of times, and we saw that who won this matchup? It was the RG Cycle player that ended up winning because of one misplay with the cage. Oh no, it wasn't exactly this matchup. It wasn't Giant Skeleton. It was like a Cage Fisherman. I can't remember what was in that deck. It was a very, very non-traditional Royal Giant deck, and right now already a ton of damage coming through. Benzer, it looks like he's going to tie up this game, or he's going to win this game, tie up the set, and we're going to go to game number 3. Really, really good start. 1 minute and 52 seconds left, so anything can happen, but as it looks right now, Furkan has to figure out something. Probably going to just leave these Zappies, going to go with like Giant Skeleton at the back. He's behind on Elixir, though, too. This is not looking good. Behind on damage and behind on Elixir. Those are two very valuable resources in Clash Royale. And being behind on each of them, not good. So Giant Skeleton at the bridge on the left side. Not the best play. Easily defended with a Hunter. You can go Skeletons up high as well for the Fisherman. Wait a second. Wait a second. Fisherman pulls Hunter. Nope, doesn't. GG, well played. Right side tower goes down. I like what Furkan was trying to do. So you knew Fisherman wasn't in hand. So the only way to stop the Giant Skeleton was Hunter. So that's why Furkan went with the Fisherman. Fisherman was going to pull the Hunter away. But to stop the Fisherman, you need Skeletons, and that's why Furkan used the Electro Spirit. It was kind of like a game of chess, where I do this, you do this, I do this, you do this, I do this. And he was trying to do this not outplay, but outstep Benzer, but Benzer had enough. The Hunter's a really, really good card. Was able to DPS the Giant Skeleton down way before. And that's GG. That's GG, well played. Unless Benzer makes a big mistake here, but this should be an okay defense. Double Hunter out. Fisherman's going to grab the Fisherman. Hunters are going to go... Wow, Hunters are destroying that Royal Giant. GG, well played. So this is an interesting situation. A match that was so close the first game. Benzer probably thinks he maybe could have won that first match. Sure, it's a hard matchup, but still, he played it really, really well. This matchup, Benzer dominates. A lot of confidence probably on the side of Benzer. Benzer wins this one, goes into the next game. A lot of confidence, a lot of momentum. Furkan, maybe a little shook. This was a bad loss. I don't think we've seen Furkan take a loss like this. Furkan hasn't had a lot of, I guess, experience on the big stage, on the big competitive scene, especially when everything's on the line. Right now, Furkan has to win. Has Furkan ever been in a situation where $40,000 is on the line potentially, where if he doesn't win, he is out of the running for that $40,000, where if he wins, he's one step closer to it? That's a lot of pressure. That's something you think about when you're playing. That's what you're thinking about going into the next game. That's what you're thinking about when you're selecting your deck. Where I know for a fact, Benzer's been here many times. Benzer in CRL East has always been that player his team has relied on to throw into those big games, those final sets, and a lot more times than not, he's the one that wins in those situations. He's the one that clutches up. So if I'm a betting man, I'm betting on Benzer right now. He has the experience, he has the momentum, he has the confidence. As long as he can pick a solid deck here, and going off, what decks has he played today? What decks has he played? I can't remember if he has played a little bit of minor wall breakers. So would you go with minor wall breakers to potentially go with that like that outplayability factor? Maybe. Junaid, yo, what's up, man? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Furkan needs this win. If he doesn't, this is not looking good. This is where Jax can overtake. They playing the same decks, kind of. Never mind. Yeah, both Royal Giant, but both very different Royal Giant. Benzer looks like he cries when he gets 99 on a math test. He just wants perfection. Deep through. He just wants perfection. He just wants that perfection. I want my points. We'll see what happens. Bender qualifies if he wins right now. Not 100%. Not 100%, because this is going to get weird, because Lciop's the only person that's qualified. Right now, if everybody, I don't know if it's possible, but right now, unless some of the players play against each other, we have Jack, that's 3-3. So he has one more game left, so he can be 5-3 or 4-3. And then we have Furkan and Benzer and one other player, Osama, that are 3-2. So depending on when they win and lose, they could also end up 3 or 4-3. So it is going to be maybe a mirror match. Maybe we're looking at a mirror match here. Giants, or maybe we're seeing Giant Cycle or Royal Giant Cycle on both players. So yeah, we see the Fisherman. This is going to be interesting. This is a really big game for Furkan. This is a really big game for Furkan. I was setting the stage prior. I was saying how big this game is, how big this match is, this specific game. Being able to beat Benzer in this situation is such a huge achievement. Really interesting fireball. Wow. He used this fireball almost like a snowball. He didn't use it. Usually you would want to get your opponent's unit and the tower. Fireball does a decent damage to the tower, so a lot of the traditional rule of thumb is to touch the edge of the tower and get your opponent's unit. Instead, he used the fireball as a snowball, hit the hunter, and push the hunter away. Hunter, if it's far away, the DPS is it's exponentially reduced. Exponentially, and it does nothing if it's really far away. You really want to keep that hunter close. And we saw the Royal Giant probably get an extra 2 or even 3 hits because of that. Barbarrel comes in. So yeah, Benzer going in for his Royal Giant push and only gets 1 hit. 2 hits, actually. How did the Royal Giant get the 3rd shot? The shot, but he wasn't even there. I just saw a flying cannonball, but there was no Royal Giant. How did that work? So interesting. We got one player playing Royal Giant at the back, and we got the other player putting on the pressure. Bats are on tower. Is there Electro Spirit in the hand? Furkan is going to lose this left side tower. As long as Benzer can defend this right side, which is easier said than done, you can go Hunter up high, and he needs to play something to take that Fisherman out. He goes with the Barbell. That's perfect. Hunter's still alive. One more shot for the Hunter. RG is dead. Right now, Furkan does have a Royal Giant in hand, but he can't go in because this Hunter is going over the bridge. He has to deal with this Hunter. I would not use the Electro Spirit. Electro Spirit has a lot of value in this matchup. A lot of value. Royal Giant's gonna get pulled, but right now that he used the Electro Spirit, you could go bats, you could go skeletons. I feel like saving that Electro Spirit could have been really, really valuable. Also, stun the Hunter to get one last shot. Maybe this is gonna be GG. Well played. Benzer clutches it up. Well played to Benzer. Well played to Benzer. I think Furkan started that off well too. I really like that fireball. He had the lead. He just lost it. He lost it. Benzer went in with the Royal Giant, was able to cycle back to another Royal Giant, and instead Furkan went with Royal Giant at the back. Risky play, but one of those plays where in a different world, if Furkan was able to defend the left side and had a tower still, probably could have won. Probably could have got back to another Royal Giant, and you could say maybe Furkan should have gave the tower on the left side and went all in on the right side, tower trade, and tied up the situation, but I guess hindsight's 2020. GG, well played. GG, well played. Benzer, you never bet against Benzer in that final game. He's so clutch. He's got that clutch gene. He's got that clutch gene. It's nice. Sam G, morning. Didn't I already say morning to you? But morning, everybody. If you're here right now, it's morning time. Good morning to everybody. Happy Thursday. Chewbacca cheers to everybody. A little ching. Chewbacca cheers. A little coffee time with Cash. What's better than this? Juice World just woke up. Good morning. How are you doing today? Everybody, redeem water. Cash has to pee. I'm gonna go to the washroom really quick right now. Actually, I'm gonna run. I keep my leg keeps shaking and I keep moving on my chair because I'm trying to not pee my pants. I will be right back. BRB very, very quickly. BRB. Is the stream frozen? Or I thought the stream was frozen. Revolamir was so still that I didn't even see him. Just like Jax in Guardians of the Galaxy. The Crabs traded for Jared Allen just so they could trade Drummond for a bunch of picks, and they have Allen for a young core along their picks, so they're gonna get. So they will trade to a team like the Raptors and take their picks. I guess that makes sense. I didn't really think about that. I guess they are probably going to trade for Drummond because Drummond's on a contract here. Drummond's going to... He's playing for a contract right now. I just don't know who's going to give him the contract. I don't know if the Raps want Drummond. That would be awesome. I would love if the Raps got Drummond. That'd be legit. We need someone. Our bigs suck. I really wanted us to do what they did for Allen. Throw in a first-round pick and get Allen. Jared Allen would have been awesome. For the Raptors, that would have been the perfect player. Someone that he doesn't need the ball. Great defensive stats, blocks, rebounds, everything. They can grab all those the missed shots of Siakam's final buzzer beater shots. I don't know. That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. Yeah, hopefully the Raptors win tonight. I don't know if I can handle another loss. So a bunch of you guys picked Benzer, and you guys were correct. Benzer was the champion, and the next game is I don't remember who the next game is. It's got to be, what, Osama and Paradox? Osama and Paradox, I believe. Also, Oscar, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Cash fam. Welcome. Also, welcome to the Bren Chong Cup, too. How you doing today, man? What's up? There are, I think, 4 more matches today. 4 more? Osama Paradox is next. Yes, Osama. I'm going to go with Osama Paradox is next. I'm just ballsy statement here. Who will win? We're going Osama on the top. Osama. And then we're going to go Parat. So this is going to be a weird match because this is going to be a similar match that we saw, who was it, Yakitori play against Oyassu, where Oyassu was still in, Yakitori was out, and Yakitori played some really, really, really crazy, not off-meta decks, but decks you don't usually see in competitive play, and ended up beating Oyassu, ending his whole Bren Chong Cup career. And we could see that happen with Paradox and Osama. Right now, Paradox can... Oh, wait, no. Paradox and Osama is not being played on stream. Osama and Paradox is being played off stream. Uh-oh. Give me a sec. I gotta stop this. Stop and delete. Delete and return points. My bad. That is not being played on stream. RG in the back wasn't the play. Yeah, that was not the play. Not the play at all. That was a very, very bad play. Where do you live? I live in Canada. I live in El Canadencia. The good old Canada. He's in Ottawa, exactly. I'm in Ottawa. It's very, very cold here. Very, 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 very wet. Very, very cold. But it's good. It's good. It's good. It's a good place to live, you know? Why does your dog get censored? My dog get censored? It got censored last time. My dog got censored? What do you mean my dog got censored? I have no idea. I don't know. Censored. What do you do usually after the morning streams? After the morning stream, I'll probably just make some breakfast. I got some pea-meal bacon. I'll probably eat some pea-meal bacon, some fries, some eggs. Whip that up. I'll listen to maybe a little bit of the basketball news going around. A lot of stuff in basketball. Maybe some highlights. Listen to an audiobook. And then after that, I'm going to either take a nap or work on a YouTube video. I got an idea for a YouTube video. I got to make a TikTok as well. So just keep working on stuff. And then I don't know if I'm going to do a later stream today. I think I really want to I have this idea for a YouTube video. I don't want to say it because I don't want anybody to take the idea. But I think it's going to be good. It's going to be one of those videos that's either going to be really good or really bad. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see which one it is. I got to do a little bit more research and I got to fine tune stuff. But I think it's going to be funny. What are we waiting for right now? What are we waiting for? While we're doing this, just to not keep looking at Revolamir and keep showing me how cute this minion is. I want that minion. I want that minion. Let's go to this one. Also, I'm way too big right now. Let's minimize me a bit. There we go. Oh, no, let's not do that. I'm keeping it the same way. Whatever. What's up, Cash? I'm a lifelong Orlando Magic fan, watching every game for the past 8 years. Want to welcome your team to our team. No, stop it. No, we're not that. We're not you. We're not the same. Me and you are not the same. As I asked, is that you beat the Heat? Also, that Augustine shot in 2019 was one of the top moments of my fandom. Good luck this season. Yeah, is that one in the playoffs when Augustine won the first game? We ended up going 4-1 in that series, right? Hey, Augustine, you guys took one off the champions, baby. Raptors champions, baby. Champions. Anything is possible. But we're not the same. No, Raptors, bad start. We're coming back. Imagine if we just didn't choke. The amount of times you've gone into the fourth quarter with like a 10-point lead and choked is ridiculous. We technically should be, I think, like 6-2 right now. I think that's what the Raptors should be. But wait, no. 6-4? I think we're 2-8 right now. Ugh, that sounds bad. Alex, yo, what's up, Cash? Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Didn't I already say good morning to you? Anyways, Chewbacca cheers. Will you stream later today? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I might take the day off. We've been doing a lot of 1v1s and a lot of ladder. I think I gotta make it. If I stream, I'll probably get some footage for like a YouTube video. I don't know though. I have no idea. Osama won 2-0 against Paradox. Really? Did Paradox just take a knee? Wow. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you. So Osama does win, so that means Osama is 4-2 right now. So Osama most likely will probably make the next round, but I don't think it's guaranteed yet. Who's Jack playing last? I can't remember. He's already played Benzer. He's already played Lciop. He's already played... Has he played Paradox? I can't remember. Gosh, why do you want that minion? Hog Rider looks so much better. The Hog Rider? What Hog Rider? What Hog Rider? This guy? This thing right here? No, that minion is so much cooler. That minion is way cooler. Look at that minion. It looks so cozy. I just snuggle it all day. The thing looks adorable. Adorable. Who are you more excited to watch, Igor or Paradox, Cash? Probably Igor. Igor is... Paradox is my guy, but Igor is fun to watch. He always plays just weird decks. He usually changes 1 or 2 cards. Sometimes he plays really quick decks, really fast decks. They're always exciting games. I like it. I like him a lot. But also, that's probably why he's a fan favorite. A lot of people like Igor, and that's probably why. Cash, why do you want the... Oh, I read that. Cash, did you stream at Rich Sladen's YouTube Group B just now? I didn't stream. That was from what, Tuesday? The Group B was from Tuesday. That was a stream that just because I talked to him, and just because he has a lot of Bren Chong content on his channel, and his channel is really dedicated to like Clash Royale esports, where like my YouTube channel isn't. Originally, I was going to post it on mine, but then I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, I don't think this is the content I want to put on my channel, just because I don't want all these Bren Chong Cup videos pushing down all the other content, because I think a lot of my content, I'm proud of a lot of the content I've made on YouTube, and I don't want it to get pushed down by Bren Chong Cup content. So I want to... So then Rich asked, and he's like, hey, can I just put on my channel? I said, perfect. Yeah, sounds good. So that is what we did. So if you want all the Bren Chong Cup action right here, Rich Sladen. Go on YouTube on Rich Sladen. Past streams of Asia are there. All the group stages of Asia are there. Well, they're going to be. And then Rich Sladen has all the European region locked down. Group A, B, C, and D. All the above. And he does so with cool glasses. What else can you need? What else do you need? I thought the Hog Rider is a notebook. Wait, what is it? Like a case for his laptop? Is that what it is? Oscar? Yo, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing today? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. So Furkan versus Elsiop. Right now, Elsiop is pretty much locked himself into the next round. Furkan, on the other hand, really needs... Does he need... Wait, is Furkan out? So right now, Furkan's 3-3. Correct? Furkan's 3-3, so if he loses, he's definitely out. And Jack will probably... So right now, if you're a Jack fan, you want Furkan to lose, and you want Jack to win. If that happens, that means Benzer goes through, that means Lciop goes through, that means Osama goes through, and that means that Benzer goes through. Those 4 people if Furkan loses. If Furkan loses this, I think we know what happens for the rest. I think everything else falls in place. But if Furkan wins, there's a lot of pressure, but if he does... This is going to get interesting. This is going to get very interesting. And this is going to be a very interesting match. Because if you look at Furkan, he has a lot of ways. A lot of ways to pick up. Goes for the lightning early. Wow! Usually you'd want to wait till double elixir or triple elixir to start going in with these lightnings with this Electro Giant. But it looks like he's going to get the Electro Giant on tower. Couple of zaps, maybe a punch. I don't even know if that was registered or not. But on the Hog Rider side, if Lciop goes for a Hog Rider, he has the Tornado. He has the Tornado to pull the Hog Rider into King Tower. He has the Goblin Cage to pick up the Hog Rider. I don't know if Lciop even goes for Hog Riders anymore. So right now, Electro Giant at the back. Yes, Electro Giant at the back. This is Furkan's big push. Lciop going with an early Bomb Tower. So right now, he's wanting Furkan to lightning that Bomb Tower. And then Lciop's going to go for another Bomb Tower. Unless this Baby Dragon's going to get on the Bomb Tower. Okay, Bomb Tower's going to die before this. This is going to be a really good push for Furkan. I think Furkan's going to win this. So, Bomb Tower up high, probably a Lightning. Lightning comes in, and that isn't going to be enough. The Electro Giant is so slow. Very slow. But right now, Furkan, could you go Electro Giant at the back? Probably not. You have to wait. Go with a Cage first, set up your defense. Once this gets the double and triple elixir, and it looks like the health of Furkan's right side tower, with all these Earthquakes coming down, it's still relatively healthy. He has time. He has a decent amount of time. The logs are adding up. How much time does he have? How much does Earthquake do at Tournament Standard? I know it does 298? 298 when it's maxed? So how much would it do when it's not maxed? So Lightning comes in, doesn't get the Bomb Tower, which is a huge misplay. Lightning still does a lot of damage, but without, if Electro Giant never gets on tower, this is going to be GG well played, and Furkan's going to be 1 game away from losing. Will you have more viewers if you stream at YouTube? I don't know. Maybe. I have no idea. I really don't know. I've thought about the whole streaming on YouTube thing, but I've been streaming on Twitch for so long, and I've always, I find like the community that we've made on Twitch is really fun. Like I really like talking to you guys and playing Clash Royale with you guys and hanging out with you guys. So I don't know if I can. I don't know if I want to move to Twitch for that reason or move away from Twitch for that reason. But we'll see. When does NA North American games start? I think it starts on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Monday or Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday. I'll have to double check. Twitch is way better for YouTube than streaming. Yeah, I really like it. Lciop's gonna win. It's crazy that he won with just Spell Cycle. Gets one hog on tower and then Spell Cycle, Spell Cycle, Spell Cycle. Saeed, hey, what's up, man? What's up, what's up, what's up? Happy Thursday. Oh, I forgot to do a prediction. I think it's, unless it goes to a game 3, I'm not gonna do a prediction. I totally forgot. Totally forgot. Like, I do have a YouTube channel where I thought because I have a YouTube channel, I thought it'd be nice to have like YouTube streams and my YouTube videos all on one platform. That would be really helpful, like similar to what B-Rad's doing. But having a Twitch channel where I can stream and then a YouTube channel where I can upload videos, I think it's good. This is a Clash Royale channel. Please subscribe and share. Worth the time. You won't regret it. I can check it out. I'm not gonna check it out right now. I'm busy, but I can check it out. I can check it out later. See what it's about. EQ 6-8 damage to a tower at level 9. So it does 68 damage, but that's times 3. So what is that? Quick maths. It's like 1,000,000 damage. No, I actually don't remember. 6 times 80. 201. Wow, that's not even close. Let's try that again. So it's 60 times 3 is 180, and then 8 times 3 is 24. So it's 04. So 204. 204? Is that right? 204? Proapocalypse. 256. Why is our math so off? I said 204. You say 256. Someone's gonna say potato. That's hilarious. I feel like I'm back in school. Yo, what'd you get for C? Oh, I got 1,000,007. Oh, I got 3,000. Another guy's like, I got 2. I got the letter X. That's so funny. 1,000,000. It's so much. BR only streams once a week, though. I think you miss out on notifications if you stream and upload in the same day. I think you miss out on a notification if you stream. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Gaming Keith. Like, little things like that, I really don't know. Honestly, I think it's fine. I think what I'm doing, I really like what I'm doing, like the whole Twitch side, I'm doing a YouTube side. I think I just got to do more. Whoa, speaking of more, those wall breakers on the left, though. Bang, bang, pop. Hey, if you're Furkan or a fan of Furkan and you just saw those wall breakers head on the left side, ooh, you're seeing the Bren Chong Cup. That's $40,000 wall breakers on that right side. So bomb tower, hopefully. Oh, no. This isn't bomb tower. It is bomb tower. Okay, it is bomb tower. Why didn't he use bomb tower? Why did he go with a defensive miner? Why is this tower going down? Why is Furkan gonna win? Why did Lciop... Is that a misplay? Why did he not go with bomb tower originally? Well played. Yeah, I think this is pretty much set. Not having a big spell is going to make this really hard for Lciop. Going with the double small spell, the log and the zap. Interesting. I think this is the first time we've seen a log zap wall breaker deck. So that means that's a really quick cycle. What's the average elixir cost of the deck Lciop's running? Is it 2.6? 2.7? Catch, what do you think about my idea I gave you about your YouTube video? Junaid, where was when did you give it? I can't even remember. I'm such a potato. I didn't sleep at all last night. What was the idea again? I'm tired. Proapocalypse? Man, same here. We're in the same boat. Proapocalypse, one in the same. Together though, we can rule this world as one human calculator. A lot of damage on the right and left side, but look at Lciop's right side tower. 94, 51 seconds left. I think this is GG. Lciop's deck, with Lciop's deck, with these minor wall breakers deck, it's 2.5. Wow, it's really 2.5. That is crazy. Guy has zap, not fireball. I know, 2.5. That's crazy. Yeah, the problem with the wall breaker deck, you don't want to lose a tower. If you lose a tower, it's always really bad. It's really bad. It's hard to get wall breakers on in a 2-tower situation. So even if, let's say, Furkan takes this left side tower or the right side tower, which I don't think he can't deal with these zappies. Right now, if this was a 2-tower situation, I would love to see Furkan go with zappies and then go with more zappies, go 6 zappies in a row. Because have you ever had 6 zappies played against you? You can't stop. You can't stop it. Do a prediction, Cat. Okay, I'll do one for the final game. I did the math. It is 2.5. 2.5. That's crazy. That's a ballsy play. I guess Lciop's in a situation though, but he already knows that he's made it. He's qualified, right? So Jack's 3-3, Furkan's 3-3. Okay, so Furkan, if he loses this, is potentially out. Furkan can't lose this game. This is do or die. Jason, how are you, Cash? I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you doing today? Happy Thursday. How's the day been so far? I gave you on Rich Channel that you should tell about the streaming equipment you need to stream on Twitch. I've thought about making that YouTube video. I've thought about it, but I don't know if it would help me. Yes, I think that would get a lot of views, but I don't think it would bring me, like, the whole reason, like, I think you have to kind of find a niche in Clash Royale, or in YouTube, and my niche, whatever it's called, is definitely Clash Royale. And so people have told me that, like, hey, you should make TikToks that aren't always Clash Royale. You should do this that's not always Clash Royale. Or, sure, even if I do make a video that's not Clash Royale. Okay, so it's Furkan and who? Lciop, that's right. Lciop. If I make a video that's not Clash Royale related, some people like it. Sure, they might subscribe to the channel, but they're not going to watch my other content. I want to build like around this niche, which is Clash Royale. So if I make a video, let's say it gets 100,000 views, and I get a bunch of subscribers from that whole streaming on Twitch thing, none of those subscribers are going to watch any of my other videos. So it's just going to be an empty number at the end of the day. And there's a lot of times, if you look at other Twitch channels, that they have a ton of subscribers, tons, but their videos don't get views. And I think I'd rather my videos get more views than subscribers any day. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm thinking, a lot of times with just in this whole like YouTube content creation thing, it's very theoretical. Like, there's no right or wrong answer. It's like, hey, you should do this. And it's like, maybe I should. Maybe like A, B, C, and D for should, or A, B, C, and D for I shouldn't. Which one do you weigh? Which one do you think is better? Also, prediction is set up. Who do you think is going to win? Is it going to be Lciop clutching it up, being an absolute champion in Group A, solidifying? I'm pretty sure he's already solidified himself for the regional finals, but still, a lot of momentum going into the regional finals, and he's going with this wall breaker deck. This is the one I like to see Lciop play. This is a fun one to see. I love this Magic Archer one. Having the tornado where he can use it to pull units to line it up, that Magic Archer to get almost like as another win condition, is super fun to watch. He has bomb tower, so that's gonna be fine. He plays it one tile high. I don't know why. I don't know why he played it one tower high, because that's not gonna be good. It made it so the Barbell can get on quicker. It made it so the Royal Giant can get on quicker, and it probably ended up costing him maybe a Royal Giant shot at the end of the day. But hey, he still has the lead. So right now, Lciop is looking very, very good. And if Furkan loses this, Furkan is most likely out. Most likely, unless Jack loses as well. But for some reason, I think Jack is going to win. I really think Jack is going to win his next game. Cash, the guy who said he did the math, also said EQ does 256. Hey, Pro-Ocalypse and I, we're two parts of the human calculator. You make fun of Pro-Ocalypse, you make fun of me. We go hard. You go squad goals. Human calculator forever. You know I told you that because you're experienced with it. I know I told you that because I had your experience with it. That problem is there's so much. I hate when I get into the tech stuff, because there's going to be so many. If I make a video about like, hey, this is how you stream on Twitch, someone's going to have a weird computer, or like the software is not going to work with them, and they're going to be like, it's not working, I'm getting this error, and like I'm going to just be like, I don't know how to fix this. I just know how to, I knew how to set it up on mine. Lciop with Magic Archer is GG. I like it. Yo, Pyro, I'm in with this. I really like Magic Archer. Magic Archer Lciop is a fun watch. And right now, double wall breakers connect. Boom, bang, pop. Bang, boom, pow. Bada, boom, boom, pow. I don't think I said that right. This is looking very, 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 very solid for... We know what the last card is. This is okay. This could be a problem. I don't think it's going to be, but it could be. The last card for Lciop is Tornado. It's not a big spell. So he's really close to finishing off. Minor gets picked up, though, and this is what I'm talking about. Not having that big spell to not solidify that game. Not having that Earthquake. All he needed was a couple of Earthquakes right now, and he pretty much has his game in the bag. Goes for a log, gets a little bit of chip. Has double Magic Archer. I'm surprised he didn't go with an early Bomb Tower there. Maybe cycling back to another one. These Magic Archers are doing work. This Royal, he doesn't even need the Bomb Tower, so that's why he didn't go Bomb Tower. Really cool play. Really, really cool play there. That's something, like, the little plays like that, I really, really, really respect. So traditionally, you see a Royal Giant, you're like, I have to use my tower. Where Lciop realized, okay, wait, I have a Knight, I have two Magic Archers, and I have the tower. I can actually get away with a Tornado instead of a Bomb Tower, saving one extra elixir, helping him win. Like, just little plays like that. Those are the plays that win you games. And Lciop is going to win. Lciop is going to close the door on Furkan's Bren Chong Cup 2 journey. Road is cut short. Sadly, for Furkan and everybody supporting Furkan, 3 claps. Furkan played really, really well. He played in probably the hardest group of all of Bren Chong Cup, including North America, Europe, Latin America. This, in my opinion, was the hardest group. So getting as close as he did, playing as well as he did, going 3-4 in a group that I think every one of these players could make it to the Bren Chong Cup finals out of everybody. Well played. I think that was well played. I know it's sad that maybe the outcome wasn't what you wanted. Maybe you wanted a little bit more. Maybe you want to make it to the next stage. I know everybody wants to get the $40,000, maybe win it all, but still, you gotta look at what you did, and what Furkan did was good. What Furkan did was really hot take. Cash. Furkan did good. This is 10 out of 10. Lciop does take it. We're going into what? Last game is there's 2 games left, so we need. Has Oyassu played all of his games? I can't remember. We know Jack needs to play one more. Benzer needs to play one more. Jack and Benzer already played though. Lciop is done. He's 6-1. He's gonna end off his group stage as a really dominant player. 6-1, only losing 1 game, and it was to Jack. Jack of all players too. Easy points for me and Lciop. Yeah, Lciop, that was a good one. Is it the first match? No, this is actually one of the final matches. This is one of the final matches, but this is only Group A. There will be Group B tomorrow, Group C the next day, and Group D will finalize on Sunday. And there is going to be Clash Royale, a lot of quality Clash Royale happening today, tomorrow, the next day, and the day after that. And after that, do you know what's happening? It's Latin America time, baby. We're going to Latin America, and we're going to be watching the best of Latin America battle it out, group stages and all. It is going to be wild. And at least I don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning for those. Who won from Lciop? Lciop ended up winning. He's so good with Magic Archer. Yeah, he makes it look easy. Pog, what's up, man? What's up? Happy day. So it's Jack versus Yakitori. Ooh, this is the last game for Jack. If Jack wins this, he moves on. 100%. If he loses this, Furkan maybe gets to move on. I don't know. I'll have to double check the data. So that means the last match is between, what, Osama and Benzer? Is that right? Does that mean the last match is Osama and Benzer? Or am I think the last match for today would be Osama and Benzer. I think. Drink water. Oh no. More water. I just went to the bathroom too. Thank you. Cine man. Thank you. So, we saw Yakitori play earlier against Oyassu. Yakitori is technically already out of the Bren Chong Cup, and he played some ridiculous decks. We saw him play Golem the first match, and we saw him play Spell Cycle the second match. It doesn't look like that's happening today. He looks like he's being relatively serious. This is going to be Balloon Freeze. Last 2 cards for Yakitori are going to be Balloon Freeze. And Jack doesn't actually have a really good matchup here. I don't love it. He does have Fireball, which is good, because he can just Fireball all the units. Fireball, knock back the Balloon if need be. He has the Goblin Cage, which can pull in the Balloon. Good. He has the Flying Machine, which is relatively high single target DPS, which if it locks onto the Balloon, also positive. Zappies as well. Solid at slowing down the Balloon, making it stuck. Really, really good. Problem is that Rage Freeze. This Rage Freeze is going to be so annoying when it's paired with the Balloon. Tornado, really good Tornado. Does the bowler get the shot on tower? It does. That is what I call a strike, ladies and gentlemen. Just bowling through all the Royal Recruits, the Zappy, the Goblin Brawler, and hitting the tower. Well played. But look at this right side. Does Yakitori have anything? Okay, well played by Jack. So what Jack did, Jack had a sizable push on the left side. Yakitori didn't have a lot of elixir. Goes with the bowler on the left side. Having only 2 elixir, Jack has enough elixir for Royal Hogs. He goes Royal Hogs on the right side. Yakitori does get to a Baby Dragon, but the damage is already done. Royal Hogs, the Baby Dragon's not that good. And so what Jack is doing right here is just doing a really good job of pressure, and he's gonna win because of it. Split lane pressure, and that's what this deck does really, really well. Someone on Rich Slayton's stream yesterday asked, why are Royal Recruits good? Why are Royal Recruits all of a sudden meta? And that's the reason why, is because you're able to put pressure on both lanes. And with a deck with a win condition like Royal Hogs, you can split your Royal Hogs if need be, or you can just commit to the lane that your opponent decides to defend. You can't leave 3 Royal Recruits. You have to defend them. And in a deck like Yakitori's, where a lot of his cards are very expensive, you saw the bowler come down 5 elixir, well, Royal Hogs opposite lane. GG, well played. Easy win. Easy win. Jack makes that look easy. That's not as easy as it looks because that easily could have been different. If Jack didn't put on that pressure, if Yakitori was able to build that big push that he was looking for, get one balloon down, he was never even able to get a balloon rage down. Balloon rage freeze. If he ever got a balloon rage 3, it's basically like in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you get the all 5 pieces of Exodia, you win. Similar to the deck that Yakitori was playing. If you play your cards, if you have the counter push, if you get the lumberjack down, if you get the balloon down, and you get the freeze down, that's GG. That's Exodia. But he wasn't able to get it. He didn't draw all the cards, sadly. The EU group with Belican, Bufamak, Javi Katorse, and Matthew, though. Yeah, and there's also IMJP in that group. That's a solid group. But I don't think that compares to this group. I don't think it compares. This group is next level. Lciop, Jack, Benzer, and everybody else. Even Paradox and Oyassu. Like, Oyassu and Paradox and Yakitori are at the bottom of this group. Those people would be 100%. Those people would probably qualify in the EU group with Belican, Bufamak, Javi Katorse, and Matthew. Probably. I could definitely see. Like, these guys, this group is good. This group is really, really good. Also, Marty, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the, I mean, not for the follow. You said hello. Thank you for the hello. Welcome to the hello, fam. How are you doing today? When is the actual finals of the tourney? Like, when they crown the 40K winner? So, if you look above me, those little dots, or the little, I don't even know what to call them. This thing? Whatever shape that is. Cylinder? That shape? So right now we're at the group stage. After the group stage, we got the regional finals where it's going to be an elimination bracket. There will be a prize for the regional finals, but then the top 4 from each of the regional finals will move into the world finals, and that is where we will find out who will be crowned the Bren Chong Cup champion. Nice commentary. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm a little tired right now, and I have a really bad habit of rambling. So I do my best. You know what? I'm definitely not Rich Sladen Andrew Guy level, but I have fun. Big King Tower activation too. Has to take a hit, but oh, it's so funny. Yakitori's going Golem again. We saw Yakitori go Golem against Oyassu and get the win. And this might be a really good matchup too. I can't remember if Jax is using Bomb Tower. Is Jack using Bomb Tower? Prediction, please. Oh, I forgot about prediction. If Yakitori wins this and there's a game 3, I will do a prediction. I'll make sure I do a prediction for the last one. Make prediction, thanks. It's kind of too late. If I do I guess I can still do a prediction. Who cares? If you predict that Yakitori's going to win, you're probably going to win big bucks. Big bills. Let's do a quick prediction. I'll do this really, really quick. Look at this speed. Speed. Call me Lightning McQueen because I am speed. How do you spell Yakitori? There's so many I's. Tori. There we go. Yakitori. Start prediction. Boom, bang, bop. There you go. You guys can predict. Anybody predict on Yakitori, you might be able to get big bucks if you get it right. But that's a big if. Big if. There's a lot of bigs I said. So right now, he does have the bomb tower, which is super good. Tornado comes in. Lightning, really good. I like what Jack did there. He played the bomb tower really far away. He played the ice wizard far away, making sure he's not giving any lightning value. If you give lightning value to a golem player, you already lose. Right now, it looks like Yakitori's in kind of a pickle. This is going to be a big counter push, probably going to be supported with the balloon. No. Oh, I kind of like this play. So now there's nothing tanking for the balloon. The bats are going to be able to eat away at this balloon. And worst case scenario could go with a tornado, but doesn't probably even need to. Nope, has to go with the tornado anyways. Miner gets a couple of shots, and it looks like this golem push is already dead. But is this the same ice wizard that was played against the last golem defense? Because if it was, that's a very valuable ice wizard. That is the most valuable ice wizard I have ever seen. Bomb goes off, finishes off the Night Witch, and now we got the same counter push. I can see Golem at the bridge, exactly. So he's going to play Golem at the bridge just so none of these units can get over the bridge to tank for the balloon. But also, I guess Yakitori is in a situation where he is behind. He's going into double elixir. Now he's going into overtime, and he has to get some damage. He has to start putting on the pressure. Barb Barrel for the Ice Wizard, and to help tank for this, the Golem. It's crazy to see, like, Yakitori can make such a threatening push, have a golem, have a Night Witch, skeleton dragons, and it looks threatening, but can be stopped so easily with just a baby dragon, an ice wizard, and a tornado. We've talked about the trifecta of defense. The baby dragon, ice wizard, tornado combination has been around for a long time. it's been a really powerful combination in Clash Royale. We've seen it excel in. It's probably the reason why Splash Art is still around and so prominent in Clash Royale. Not only in Clash Royale, but the competitive scene. I like the miner there, pulling everything to the back. Tornado. He misses the tornado on the bomb tower or the balloon. Bomb gets death damage. Doesn't get on tower. That's fine, but that's a big misplay. And when you're already behind, making a misplay, especially against a player like Jack. I think this is going to be GG. I think we can wrap this up in a bow. I think we got Jack as the champion. How many matches are left? I think there's one more after this. We still have to see Osama play his last match. Because right now, Osama is... Oh, Osama and Benzer. Yeah, that's right. We have to see Osama and Benzer play their last match. Because both of them, I think, are 4-2. And they have to figure out who's going to go 5-2 and who's going to go 4-3, I think. I think that's the last one. That's going to be GG well played. Jack, 2 up, 2 down, wins the set on Yakitori. For Yakitori's defense, Yakitori, he's out of the tournament already. I don't know. Like, he has been playing weirder decks, but Jack, you know what? He had to win. He won, and I think that locks him up. And Jack is going to be going to the next round, the regional finals. And I am the happiest person. If we had a regional finals of Asia without Jack, is it really a regional finals? I don't think so. Jack's an OG. He's amazing. Who's your favorite player to watch? Mine is Anaban. Favorite player to watch? That's a hard one. I really like Belican. I don't know. Belican's a lot of fun. He's got a lot of interesting decks. I don't know. Igor, I always love Igor. Morden is insane. Morden's funny to watch too. If you watch his Twitch streams, it's really, really fun. So we got 2. So yeah, last game is going to be against Osama and Benzer. If you look, everybody there has played 7 games except 2 players. Those 2 players are going to be the final game for today. Yakitori, Oyassu, Paradox are most definitely out. Furkan is also out. So this last match it looks like it's going to be for fun. It's going to determine who's going to be in the, I guess, it's going to determine the ranking from 2nd to 4th. But the top 4 will be making it to the regional finals. So right now, those are the first 4 people going to the regional finals. That's awesome to see Osama here. That's awesome. I was keeping up with Osama on Twitter. Supposedly he's been really busy with exams and school and work and just life in general. So he hasn't been able to practice a lot, and he's been really stressed, and he hasn't been able to focus a lot on Clash Royale. So seeing him making it to the regional finals, maybe his life gets a little bit easier, and maybe we can see him really excel in this regional finals of Asia. That's going to be awesome. And those are just the first 4. There's still 3 other groups. There's Group B, C, and D. And there's a lot of good players in those groups. Regional finals for Asia is going to be insane. I really hope I can cast. I want to cast. I wonder if I can try to cast this regional finals in Asia. It's going to be wild. It is going to be so good to watch. It is going to be so exciting to watch the regional finals. Great NATO by Yakitori. Yeah, you like that? It was a psychological NATO. He was trying to fake him out, play possum, be like, oh no, I did a misplay, and maybe like Jack would overcommit, and it was over. That's why Golem's dead. Yeah, that's why I like Electro Golem or the Electro Giant a lot more. We've seen Electro Giant versus Golem, the mirror match, and I thought about it. I thought about why the decks are so similar. You could play the exact deck, the Electro Giant deck, and you can put in a Golem, but why is it not as good as the Electro Giant? Okay, wait. Before I say my answer, I'm going to set this prediction. I love that 10% of people actually bet on Yakitori. I love it. Respect. Balls to the wall. Balls to the wall. You never know what's going to happen. Benzer Osama is going to be the last game. Prediction is set up. We are good to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy the show, because that is what we're going to be getting. Osama looks like he's going with a little bit of bridge spam. P.E.K.K.A bridge spam? No, going for the fireball. So probably going to be Ram Rider. Battle Healer maybe? We've seen that a couple of times. Benzer is rocking the tradition. We've seen this deck so many times. It's Wall Breakers. It's Fireball. It's Log. Minor Wall Breakers. This deck's so popular. Probably just going to be the traditional one with the Spear Goblins. But so Battle Healer does come out for Osama. What was I saying again? Oh, yeah. So Electro Giant. The Electro Giant versus Golem. I think the biggest difference, sure, the Golem has more health. With the Golemites, the Golem has more health. But the Golem only deals damage when the Golem pops. When it dies and pops into the Golemites, that's when it deals damage. Where the Electro Giant deals damage consistently every time it's attacked. So that means it deals more damage to tower, it deals damage to units, and we saw it in the matchups where it was Golem versus the Electro Giant. The problem was the Electro Giant player was able to defend and have a counter push, where when the Golem player tried to defend against the Electro Giant. A lot of times the Electro Giant player would be able to deal with the opponent's Golem, the Golem support units because of the Tornado pulling in all the units, the Electro Giant dealing with units, the Lightning dealing with units. It just seemed a little bit better. Wow, really well played. Having to use the Miner on defense, Osama. I brought this up too. Cannon Cart, this is the exact deck. Cannon Cart, really MVP in the Lciop matchup. We saw the Cannon Cart lock on twice in that matchup. Ends up absolutely, wait, was that Lciop? No, Lciop was the one that lost. Jack's Cannon Cart locked onto Lciop's tower twice, and we saw pretty much the Cannon Cart be the win condition in that deck. And I brought up, wow, Cannon Cart's really good. It's underrated. It's a really solid card. It's one of my favorite cards. And the reason why is because it can be a win condition in certain situations. If you know your opponent has played their Knight or their Skeletons, they have nothing to pick up the Cannon Cart. You can play it at the bridge and just win. And we might see that happen right now with Osama. Sure, he didn't win because of it, but hey, it's a start. It's a little bit of damage. 50-50 on the predictions for the last of the day. Ooh, I love it. Right split down the middle. Favorite player to watch is Kashman. Let's go, baby. Lapacati? So funny. I used to call Lapacati Lapacati. Fire Gamer for Life. Thank you so much for the follow, by the way. Welcome to the Cash Fam. How you doing? Will someone tell me what happened to Oyassu because I'm getting stressed? Oyassu is out. He is out. Like, he is last, bottom of the table. Done. I think he won twice. Wait, there was even more drink water redeems cash. Was there? Oh, no. Oh, no. I gotta pee again. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I need a little bit of hydration. So even though that Cannon Cart did lock on the left side, it just looks like these wall breakers are getting a little bit too annoying to deal with. Barbarrel has to come down, Ewiz comes down, and the ban on the left side. That is enough. Ram Rider is not going to get the charge. It's still going to get a couple of hits on the left side, and this, I don't know, it seems really easy. If you look at Benzer's deck, he doesn't even have the bomb tower, but he's still able to defend. He's using the miners on defense a lot, and that's a play where a lot of players and a lot of casters, when they see someone use the miner on defense, they're like, oh my gosh, he used the miner on defense. He's wide open. He's stressing. He's nervous. He's sweating. It's not true. It's not true. Sometimes you just want to play the best card on defense, and it can be the miner sometimes. It could be the miner. Wow, just like that. Big shift, though. Big shift in a momentum. This is what bridge spam does. It really, bridge spam, it's known for the word spam. It's just spam. And if there's a crack in the foundation, bridge spam is water. It will find that crack, it will puncture that crack, and it will break that crack. And it will do it over time. Not right away, it will slowly wear down at that crack. And right now we're seeing it. This slow wear down. Battle Healer keeping everything alive and just keep pushing. Sure, you deal with this, but there's going to be another wave. Now you see the Ram Rider. Now you're probably going to see a Bandit or something. The Bandit comes down too. There's always going to be something, and there's a lot of pressure. Maybe not the best. Maybe not the best defense. Good pickup with the cannon, but has to pick up the wall breaker. Zap comes through. Barbarrel as well. I don't think this is. I think this is Benzer is going to win this. Fireball comes in. Fireball on defense. Log, is that going to be enough? The log doesn't get there! Osama steals it! He found the crack! He broke the crack! Wow! Easy. Leviathaniel, easy. You're right, easy. Easy win. Osama, prove yourself. Osama wasn't happy with his first day performance of Group A. He wasn't happy. He was very vocal on Twitter. He's like, hey, I think I could have done more. I didn't like what I did. He came back today and he is proving himself. He is showing his worth. We didn't see his match between Paradox. Supposedly 2-0'd Paradox. That's good. Might even 2-0 Benzer. He might be second in this group. And I've said this multiple times. This group is stacked. This group is good. That's awesome. That's awesome to see. This is what happens when you don't have Bomb Tower. I agree. If he had Bomb Tower, it would have been GG well played. Easy GG well played. The problem is, if you add Cannon Cart, it makes your defense so much worse and your offense a little bit better. But in a deck that has minor wall breakers, do you need more offense? Minor wall breakers, Fireball, Log, all those cards can be used for offensive damage to get a little bit of damage on your opponent. Do you need Cannon Cart? No. I don't think so. I don't like the Cannon Cart deck. Do you know what's weird? I'm surprised we haven't seen this deck yet. There's a Royal Recruits Wallbreaker Miner deck that's been not, I wouldn't say popular in the European side, but we've seen it a decent amount of times in the European side. So I was thinking maybe some of these Asia players would look at that deck and maybe adapt it into their deck pool, but it looks like none of them want it. None of them are playing it. They're all opting for the exact same minor cycle deck. The only person that's actually changed it is Lciop using the Magic Archer, and he's seen a lot of success. So maybe changing up maybe changing up a deck a little bit isn't crazy. I would love to see maybe like a minor Wall Breaker Royal Recruits deck. That'd be cool. Osama cracking down. I love it, man. I love it. Osama, he's a great player. Now he's proving it. Royal Recruits. We got the Royal Recruits. Let's see if Osama uses... Okay, so it is the Electro Spirit. I thought maybe that was a misplay. We saw him play this deck originally. At the beginning of the game, he said, wow. He said, wow. Usually, whenever you see this deck, instead of the Electro Spirit, it has the Lumberjack, it has the Miner, and the Balloon. It's either Miner Loon or Lumberjack Loon. This deck is just Loon. You don't usually see Loon by itself, but hey, Loon's a really good win condition. The Balloon is what I'm talking about. It's a really good win condition, and this deck cycles really quickly. We saw Osama able to get to multiple waves of recruits in the past, and we also saw him able to get to balloons very, very quickly, support them very cheaply with the Snowball, with the Electro Spirit, with the Bar Barrel, and then at that, all you have to do at that point, if you just play one more card, you're back to your balloon. Play archers, you're back to your balloon. Two wall breakers getting on the left side again. Wow, history repeats himself. Isn't that exactly what happened last game? In the first minute, two wall breakers on the left side last game. Now first minute, two wall breakers on the left side. It's funny that Benzer changed his deck. Last game, it's the exact same deck as last game, but there's one difference. Fireball has to come in. You're going to go for the bats instead. Hey, you know what? 2 elixir cheaper, and it worked. Well played. I was thinking maybe you could go Fireball to reduce the death. Could you have maybe not get death damage there? Probably would have happened anyways. GG. Well played. But it's funny, looking at Benzer's deck, it's the exact same deck. The exact same deck. But he got rid of Cannon Cart. And we were just talking about it. Do you need Cannon Cart in that deck? Probably wouldn't keep Cannon Cart in that deck. Benzer's like, yeah, I'm getting rid of Cannon Cart. I don't need Cannon Cart. Wasn't it first game of best of 3? Yeah, no, it's not done. Wait, did Benzer have to Fireball Ram in the end? I think he did, because if he didn't have Log, Log was 1 card away. So what did he have in his hand? He didn't have anything. Cannon Cart wouldn't have been enough. I don't think he had enough Elixir for Cannon Cart. Knight doesn't have enough DPS. I think he had to Fireball it. He would have won, though, if he just got that Log off quicker. I don't know. I have no idea. That match came down to the absolute wire, though. Very, very fun. Hey there, man. I'm new to Twitch, but man, I love your YouTube. Hope I love Twitch too. Shar the best. Yo, thank you so much. Much love. Hope you're having a great day. Happy Thursday. Happy Thor. How are you doing? Shar the best. Are you having the best day? Best day ever? Good old Thursday. You know what's good about Thursday? That means Friday is tomorrow. And the best thing about Friday is that means the weekend. Friday, weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Always the best time of the week. Hitting that end of the week. Refresh. Get that restart. I guess there's not much happening where I am. I'm in lockdown where I am right now, so it's very, very... There's nothing open. Can't really do anything. Miner up high getting a little bit more chip. This is going to be tight. Decent amount of damage on the right side, but watch this push that Osama is going to do. So he's going to go archers up high, balloon on the left side, and what else? I could see him going harder on this right side, too. No, he's just going to let the Royal Recruits do his thing on the right side. Snowball comes in. Is there going to be death damage with the balloon? It looks like it could be. No death damage. 666 on the left side. That's what, jackpot? 666? No, that's 777 jackpot. Right now, Benzer is behind, and this is going to be another close game. This would be heartbreaking. I want to see this go to a game 3. I think this game deserves to go to a game 3. This set between these two players deserves to go to a game 3. It has been so close. Osama doesn't get the bomb drop, but he also does get the death damage. So right now he is in the lead. He does pick up the miner with the archers as well. Archers go down. That is fine. That's exactly what you want. The problem is, if you look at what Benzer has a miner, Benzer has a log, Benzer has a wall breakers, Benzer has a lot of ways to deal damage and deal little bits of damage that add up. Where Osama has a snowball and a balloon. So I'm gonna go, if I'm a betting man, Benzer wins this. First fireball comes in, all he has to do is now fireball log. Right now, this is where the pressure for Osama comes in. He goes for the very cheap, inexpensive Inferno Dragon balloon push. And when you get to that point, when you play the Inferno Dragon balloon push, you know you've probably lost the game, and we're going to see that here. GG, well played. Osama wins game number 1 by the hair on his back. Is that a saying, hair on your back? I don't think that's a saying. Osama won by split. Very, very close first game. Benzer clutches it up, wins the second game. Now we're going to a third and final game to figure out who is going to be second behind Lciop in Group A of the Asia regional round robin. Wow, Thursday is weekend for me. What? How's a weekend for you? Do you work on the? I guess you probably work on the. You work on the weekends then? That's rough. That really makes weekends really sad. That sucks. Emergency alert. A stay-at-home order is in effect. Only leave your home for essential purposes such as food, healthcare, exercise, or work. Wow, exercise is considered essential? You could really get away with, if you leave the house, you can be like, yo, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I'm just getting some exercise, some fresh air. Interesting. Yeah, we got a lockdown starting. It started last night at midnight, and it's going to be going for, I think, 28 days, which sucks. I know it's important, but COVID's getting to me, guys. It's been a long time. I want to see people. I want to live. I want to do stuff. You know what? If I had to be locked down, at least I'm locked down watching the Bren Chong Cup. This makes it a lot easier, a lot more manageable. Tuvia, hey bro, what's up? Not much, man. Not much. Just living the dream, watching some Bren Chong Cup too, drinking my coffee in a Chewbacca mug. What about you? How's your day going? Why he did that instead of Fireball? Why he did that? For what? For Benzer? Honestly, there maybe at the end there, he could have done maybe a couple of plays different, but the end result was the same, so it's good. How do you feel about Harden going to the Nets with KD and Kyrie? That's a circus. That team is a ticking time bomb, Jaden. A ticking time bomb. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. They don't have the deepest team. They still have an okay team. After looking at it, I forgot about a lot of their players that they had. But losing Karras and Jared Allen's pretty crucial. James Harden's a lot better. But I think the biggest unknown on that team is Kyrie. Kyrie's not even with the team right now. He just didn't show up to a game. Nobody knew where he was. And then he messaged, I don't even know who on the team he messaged, but he messaged someone on the team and was like, yeah, like I have a personal issue, a family issue that he had to deal with. And then there was videos that leaked online of him partying at his sister's 30th birthday, which is ridiculous. That's like it sounds like he's treating the NBA as a part-time job. That's something you would do if you were working at like McDonald's and you wanted to go party with your buddies instead of going to work that day. That's not something you do in the NBA. Predictions now. Prediction is still on. Prediction's still on. It's still the same prediction. Same prediction. We're not predicting the game. We're predicting the set. This is still the same set. This is the third and final set. This is going to be the last game of the day as well. And it looks like we got a little bit of Mortar Graveyard versus Minor Wall Breakers. And I think this is a really good match for Osama. Whoa! I lied. It's not Minor Wall Breakers. It's Minor Mortar. Benzer's using Minor Mortar bait. I love it. Last card's probably going to be Fireball. So we got Minor Mortar bait versus Mortar Graveyard. I love to see it. Mortar. Giving that Mortar that love. Why new prediction for each game? Why new prediction? Someone finished prediction after first game. What? Someone finished the prediction? Who's touching the predictions? Yo, Jaden. Take it easy on the... Don't worry. I got the predictions. Thanks for the help, but I got the predictions. I bet on Benzer and the prediction ended and it said Osama won. Yeah, that is yo Jaden. If for the whole like changing title and doing predictions and stuff, I'll either ask you to do that or like ask me first if you can do that. Don't do it behind the scenes because then it becomes a circus where I don't know who's doing what and things are changing and then people are getting angry and we're on the same page. We gotta make sure we're on the same page. And speaking of same page, this game is looking pretty same page-esque. By 3K points I bet on Benzer. Yeah, that is why we gotta not do that. Oh, last card is Earthquake. Okay, he's using the Earthquake. This is an interesting deck because this really changes everything. I think this matchup is very heavily favored in Benzer now. Very heavily favored in Benzer. I really like his odds. This Earthquake, having Earthquake as like another win condition beside the Miner and the Mortar is really, really good. Does he go with the Log late? Does he go with something? Okay, Log very late, but he also missed the back skeletons. Wow, he misplayed the Log. One Graveyard and already over half his tower is gone. Well played. It looks like it looks like Benzer's taking the knee. Why? Maybe because he a little tilted after that missed Log? I don't know. Add 2,000 points. Yeah, I don't think it works like that. Bro, what happened to my points then? I have no idea. I have no idea. Cash, this deck I beat you with a few days ago, except he had Zap for EQ. Okay, come on. What is going on here? We don't have to talk about the past. We can just enjoy the quality Clash Royale. The best of the Clash Royale. Marty, nice emote. I like the SpongeBobs. It's weird that Benzer said GG. As long as he can defend this graveyard cleanly. So he has the Log. Oh, maybe a tad early on the Log, but you know what? Spear Goblins are helping out. That is a perfect defense, and that is exactly what I said. If he can perfectly defend, this could be a game. Gonna go with the Musketeer. Perfect. Gonna be able to deal with the Hunter. Gonna be able to deal with the Mortar as well. Already used the Earthquake, though, so it doesn't have the Earthquake to deal with this Mortar. Has the Knight for the Cannon Cart, and does Osama go with a late Graveyard? Yes, he does. Graveyard coming in, probably gonna go poison it right away. Goes with the low poison because you knew that those Spear Goblins were going to come out. Really, really well played. As long as he gets really lucky with these skeleton spawns and all three of them spawned around the Knight, that's exactly what you want. This could be Benzer winning. Miner comes in, does get picked up. No, it does not. Miner does get one hit. Earthquake comes in. All you got to do is get for one more little bit of damage. Miner comes in. It's all about picking up this Miner. Does he pick it up? No, he doesn't. Miner got on tower. GG, well played. Benzer takes the game on Osama, takes the set on Osama, is now going to be second place in the Group A of the Asia region. Well played. Well played. For really having that game locked, having a great start to the game, and then making that one mistake on that Graveyard, missing that Log, maybe playing it a little too high, and then saying GG, looking like he gave up. Benzer's got that clutch gene in him. He's got that clutchness. We've seen it time and time again where if there's someone that needs to take that winning shot, that last shot, if there's 5 seconds on the clock, who's taking it? It's Benzer. And a lot of time, Benzer's going to hit that shot. We saw it again and again. Really close game. Is this live? Yes, this is live. This is live as it gets, Ale. As live as it gets. As live as it comes. And that's GG. What a way to end the stream. That is perfect. That is perfect. So I assume the standings are going to appear. Standings? Standings? Where are the standings at? Show me the standings. Nice match anyways. Yeah, that was a really good match. That was a really good match. Wako, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Cash fam. How are you doing today? What's up? What's up? What's up? My points. Yeah. Sorry about that. That's hopefully you guys didn't lose too many points. Because that was the mod in trial. Mod trial. A little mistake. Hopefully it's not too impactful. But here we are. Standings coming in hot. Number 1, drum roll please. Lciop. Really solid win percentage too. It's 69% win percentage. Benzer Ridel coming in 2nd. Osama in 3rd. Jack in 4th. Furkan in 5th. Yakitori 6th. Paradox 7th. And Oyassu is 8th. Yeah, that is it's crazy. If I had to predict who is going to be the bottom 4, before I probably would have said maybe Oyassu instead of Osama, but Oyassu did not come to play today, sadly. Furkan really showed his stuff. It's too bad that he didn't make it in, but you know what? Jack, Osama, Benzer, Elsiop, those are 4 really solid players. I'm excited to see them in the regional finals. Any of these players can win. I think all 4 of these players could even make the finals, the world finals too. These players are good. These players are good, and they proved themselves here today. Lciop, Jack, everybody in between. End prediction. I don't even know how to end it technically. I guess Osama won that game. Osama won that game, so we'll do Osama wins. Or no, Benzer won that game, so we'll go Benzer wins that one. Parfait. So that looks like we are at the end of the road. 3 hours. Group A. But the action is not over. The action is going to continue tomorrow morning because we got Group B, Group C, and Group D tomorrow. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Same time. Elimination. People will win. People will lose. But one thing I can guarantee is that there will be good quality Clash Royale. Quality Clash Royale is a guaranteed, and I will be commentating as well. And if you want to watch more, Clash Royale in Bren Chong Cup, if you want to watch the European region battle it out live, right now they are going to be playing. They're going to be in the elimination stage as well. Also, Dav Mui, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Kashman. Right there, in the link, right in chat right now. Look in chat, there's going to be a link. That's Rich Sladen. Rich Sladen is going to be casting I said Rich Sladen. That's not actually Rich Sladen. He's not a link. That's just a link to his channel. But Rich Sladen will be casting the European side of this. He's already been casting the European side. Also, he has the videos of the past Asia cast. So this stream right here, you'll technically be on his channel. So congrats to everybody. But yes, we will. If you want to watch that, check out Rich Sladen's channel. Guaranteed to have some cool glasses. Guaranteed to have a couple of laughs. Guaranteed to have a couple of dad puns. Guaranteed fun and guaranteed good Clash Royale on that side as well. So definitely check that out if you want to see the Europe side battle it out, and that's going to be happening at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. Make sure you check out Upgrade. They're that's where you can find all the details, schedules, who's winning, who's losing, everything about Bren Chong Cup. And if you enjoyed this, make sure you come back tomorrow at 7 a.m. in the morning, because we got Group B battling it out. It's going to be awesome. Am I going to do another stream today? I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to do another stream. I'm going to work on a YouTube video instead. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is when I will see everybody. Have a good day. Yo, Steven. Also, thank you guys all so much for watching. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for, I guess, keeping me company. It's so much easier to cast with you guys. It's always a lot of fun talking with you guys. So definitely come back tomorrow. Even if you can just say hi tomorrow, 100% do. Swing by.